Tom, you're going to drink the water.
That's the clearest one.
Tom is not drinking the water today.
Why not? Clint, will you drink the water?
Sure. What does it have, a septic system? Or
I'll do anything. It'll get you out of that RICO statute.
But I need to show it to you guys.
Yeah, you fucking crook. Yeah. I'm sorry for the language, but it is. That was RICO.
We're up.
That was good.
You're up.
That was good. I haven't gotten
Now better. We're going to run a different special today. We've been in for 15 years. Yeah. We're going to do a promo code using the Martino, if you're good with that. If they go online or call in, we're going to do it for 115. Normal. Right now we're running special for 129, so we're going to go to 115 and get them to schedule the jobs today.
If they schedule today.
Yeah, schedule today.
They don't have to have it today,
nope.
Of course.
Nope, schedule today, 115. We're going to knock off
lighter than usual, bro.
That is.
Yeah, today a little bit.
I was just wondering if you were doing some magic or something in there with these first two.
No, yesterday we were heavy. Today we're a little bit lighter.
Man, I got people asking for contractors in Wyoming.
Mark, I'm getting so many people that hear us. Now we got to come through there. It's everywhere. We got to come through, though. I mean, like the site is rocking and rolling. The traffic has to be up. I mean, I'm hearing teenagers say, "Hey, man, I heard about your referral list." And I said,
seriously?
No, seriously. I mean, our traffic is way up.
I got to do some work on our site.
Oh, it's beautiful. Have you seen the beautiful site? It was a godsend that we did that. And it was a mistake. Here's what happened. Mark just happened to be, I don't know what he was doing. He was scrolling or something. And found that I had a license for this back end that we never really used. The problem, we never really executed it.
Yeah.
So Mark said, why aren't we using this? It's like, it was.
Plus, it got a lot better from I assume it's a lot better than when you used it.
Well, no, it's that you know how to, we found people to manipulate it.
Yeah.
And import. We just didn't undertake the project.
Track the analytics on it and see what's going on.
No, but the site itself, oh my God, the back end is so wonderful.
It's just so different.
We have such a good site. I mean, and you know, you don't think that makes a difference, but it does.
It makes a huge difference.
You can see that the movement of people.
What's the site?
Referralist.com.
Or Troubleshooter.
Yeah. I mean, it's extraordinary as far as the difference in how it loads and all of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man, look how far down it is.
What happened to it?
They're buying a what do you call it? A money guy, Ideal Home Loans. Broker. Give me the name.
Financial?
Yeah, but what's it called? Loan officer. Keep going. That's not it. Let's do it.
Ideal Home Loans.
They are a, what is it? What is it?
They're a
Mortgage
lender.
company. Mortgage company.
Mortgage company.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bing, bing, bing,
Bing, bing, bing, bing, bing.
What is it? This is why I get these best of the nuts.
That was a long
Were
way.
they just a broke? I mean,
Shane, we're going to have a nut.
They're not a
You're
broke.
gonna have
Well,
to-
what was the difference? I mean, I thought they
What's
were.
that?
He just wanted
Got
to
a good nut coming up today.
Mortgage companies
For
can
my-
be a lender, or they can be a
for
broker.
Oh, one of the calls.
They can be an agent.
They can be any.
What's going on with him?
Now that they're not, what were they before they were now? They
It's a what?
No, they're the same
dog.
thing.
She wrote this
They're
very long
lenders.
letter
Lenders mean they
That she
technically use their own money.
that she wrote it as a
And
dog
they
roll.
fund the loan. If you get a loan for $500
And they sell it.
then they sell it.
Yeah.
But the idea of them funding it is funny because they call themselves a lender. So funding
The
it,
thing wrong with Zillow wants to
really, if you think about it, if you don't
I
fund
think
it,
Zillow's the biggest.
you
The
take
problem
the
with,
wholesaler,
the problem with Zillow
virtually
is they
closing
just
with
bought a
it,
big
and they
mortgage
fund it.
company. Yeah.
You know, so if you fund it,
Right now,
instead
yeah,
of bringing the wholesaler to closing,
I think it was down yesterday.
they fund it,
Shitload.
and a couple days later it goes to the whole guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I don't
it's
know.
like
Just
you're a lender
market.
for 3 days.
Yeah.
Shell just went up to that's their lowest dividend.
What?
Shell.
Oh, you mean the one that I have, RDS? Oh, they both hit? Oh, it's going to go up or it's ex-dividend?
Oh, the sex dividend, I'm going to be.
See what day it is, because Tom and I both get paid on that.
800-493-1717.
We got more dividends coming in.
Why?
RDS.
Oh,
You own a shitload of it, too. Just plummeted.
I am your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. I'm a consumer advocate. If you're listening for the first time, don't ever leave this show. If you want to be in the know, you'll know about all of the scams out there, the things hurting people. You'll know how to protect yourself. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. Okay, what do we do here? We take phone calls from people and we truly try to help them. But remember, when something is wrong and we don't think we can help you, we give you the reason and it helps others as well. So every call helps no matter what. We've recovered literally hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. And this year alone, we're up over a million. We're approaching over 10 million when you add it all up. Now, referrallist.com is the basis, our heart and soul, because not only do we go after bad guys, we give you ideas of good guys, and Ideal Home Loans is one of them. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I say that because in the industry, forget it. It used to be a once-in-a-lifetime product. Now mortgages are every 5 to 7 years. The average refi or purchase every 5 to 7 years. And also, not one size fits all. They are lenders, so they underwrite the loan directly. But here's the bottom line. They will get you a loan that fits your circumstances. You may not want to go back to 30 but get the low rate. You may want to get a rate and you're worried about the rates going back down and you lose out. No, they refinance you free of all lender fees. That's the interest rate guarantee. And they have credit optimization. Call for details on any of these programs, 303-867-7000 or idealhomeloans.com. Welcome. Let's go to the phones and I'll introduce our guest today. We always have guests. And, well, we try to have guests, but we never have a single topic show. But what is on your mind today, and how can we help you? Those are the questions. Sandy, we have a follow-up. This one really puzzles me, and you know, I'm not sure if you're going to be 100% satisfied, but, you know, we worked our asses off just to get them to acknowledge you to begin with. You lost your bag on United, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, you had a very good point. You didn't get your bag back after it was lost. For how long?
For a week.
For a week. Like 7 days for sure, right?
Yes, it was exactly.
Yeah.
They lost it on a Friday. I picked it up on
And
Friday.
they never paid you $1,500. And on their guarantee, it says, and I don't have it in front of me, but it says basically, if you don't get your bags in how many days? 3 days?
3 days.
Then they pay you $1,500. So I'm wondering, though, they do that because they think probably after 3 days they're not going to find it. So what happens if they pay you and you do, and they do find it? What happens? They find it. And it's 4 or 5 or 6 days. You technically should have that money coming, and you called and said, I want my money. And I don't blame you. So we looked into it. They responded, we have reached out to the customer, apologize for inconvenience, and they offer compensation for your experience. Now, they're talking about compensation, I assume, in addition to the $1,500, but we'll talk about the $1,500 separately. Did they offer you any flight vouchers or anything?
Yes, they gave me a $500 flight voucher and then reimbursed me for the out-of-pocket expenses I had.
Okay. Are you satisfied?
I talked to Kim, and we went over the policy, and they just don't go past the fact that they found the bag originally within
Yeah, I want to get into that
hours.
part, but compared to before calling the show and after calling the show, they were ignoring you, and we got you at least something, so I just wanted to follow up with all our listeners. You got some money for expenses. You also got $500 flight voucher, and you kind of got a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth still, don't you, Sandy?
Well, a little bit. I have to fly every month for my job, and so I still am continuing to fly on United.
Well, okay.
But you people, though, in 1 day accomplished what I could not accomplish in 2 months. And I am so happy, so grateful for your help. I really, really appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. This is Sandy. Now, let's talk about this, though, because, Sandy, do you have the policy in front of you? Do you have their policy or anywhere written? Oh, you found it. Okay, never mind. Daphne found it. Because I was wondering, Mark, it's tricky. They said if she doesn't, okay, here's what it says. Okay? For bags checked on such and such a date or later,
if we're unable to find your bag after 3 days, we'll pay you $1,500 for the value of the bag and its contents without requiring any documentation. All right, Mark. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
If we're unable to find your bag after 3 days, we'll pay you $1,500 for the value of the bag.
And they say they found
its contents without requiring any documentation. They were not offering her $1,500 because they said they found it and she got it. However, she got it back a week later. So the question is that tricky? Because they say they technically found it. They located it within that 3-day period. And then it took that long to get it to them.
We deal with this a lot. At best, it's ambiguous. They decided to write the terms in that way. I would say they should give her the $1,500.
Because it's construed against them if it's ambiguous.
I would disagree.
Oh,
right?
and by the way, I'm happy that you're chiming in. Shane is a businessman, and he's chiming in. We'll talk about him later. So why? Why would you disagree?
At the end of the day, right, she wanted her bag back. She got the bag back.
Yeah.
They delivered.
And there was no
the
real...
customer service was there to get it back to her.
And they did reimburse her actual...
What happens if it was a month?
What's that?
What happens if it was a month?
See, that's a different scenario, right? If they never found it, they found it within the 3 days, right?
Well, they say they did, although
they say they
located it, right.
But then they lost it.
No,
here's what they say, because you didn't hear this part. They found it within the 3 days. Before they could deliver it out to her, they lost it again.
Yeah, but they're not saying they lost it again. They're saying they...
No, they said they lost it again.
Yeah, but they didn't tell us that.
I thought they sent it to the hotel, and the hotel rejected it.
Daphne, what was the story on it?
Yeah, the hotel rejected it, and then but then it went to Nebraska, went to New York.
So they lost it again.
At the end of the day, though, they got it. I think we are, right? At the end of the day, she got her bag back. They delivered on their service, and I don't think they need to come out.
I've sat so many times on a tarmac waiting for I don't care what carrier it is. I have had so many irritations with airlines over the years. If I could get my $1,500 from any of them, I would. Simple as that. Simple as that.
All right. Bottom line, she got expenses and a $500 voucher, and she's happy.
And her luggage.
I don't believe she got the full $1,500. But in any case, it is a little ambiguous if we're unable to find your bag after 3 days. Well, they really don't say if you don't get it back. They say if we can't find it, and they did find it. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to mark this solved right now. And the voice you heard was Shane, Karen, and Shane is the owner of. You're one of the owners, right?
Yes. Yeah. Co-owner with my brother.
Zero Res of Denver. And they're a carpet cleaning company. So if you have any questions on floor cleaning, do you clean anything other than carpet with that? They do what's called empowered water. It's energized water, and I think what you do to the water is you change it to a what is this?
So we change the molecular structure of that water. We put a positive or a charge to it. Yeah. And we change that molecular structure through a physical electrolysis process. The technology is there. Electrolyzed oxidative water is what it is.
Yeah, oxidation.
We've just put it to carpet, tile on the ground, upholstery, rugs.
You know, I'll give you an idea of how important oxidation is. Try to get a spot out, and I'm not saying this is what they use, but I'm just giving you an example of how changing just the structure of water can change its properties. Take a spot and use cold water. Take a spot, use hot water. Then take a spot and use carbonated water, and that carbonation changes it, and so does hot, and so does cold, and of course they oxygenate and do other things to it. But the point is this: is it clean? Does it have residue? And that's what you care about, anyone. That's why I don't think, and I don't want to diss people, but I don't know why anyone would go with a bonnet cleaner that scrubs. To me, and we had professional carpet cleaners in here, Simply Floors, for example. Buddy Mitchell says that will untwist a carpet.
It certainly can.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's certainly. Compare a bonnet cleaning, you getting in the shower, lathering your hair up with soap, turning the water off, taking a towel, and trying to wipe that out of your hair. That's exactly what's going on when you're doing a bonnet cleaning on carpet.
And are there still bonnet shampooers around with these circular... Are you kidding me?
I bet they are.
First of all, those brushes that dig in, and then they have a buffer, to absorb water. I don't know. Listen,
the right thing is Zero Res is the right way to clean. We don't use soap, certain shampoos, or harsh toxic chemicals. We're not leaving a residue behind. It's all environmentally green and safe.
All manufacturers say hot water extraction is the way to go. Yours is a form of hot water extraction.
Yep.
And in general, that category.
Go back to what he just said, though. I've never understood this, so explain this to me. You say soaps, no soaps, emulsifiers, blah, blah, blah. Go back to cleaning my head. When I wash my hair, I do use soap. Why don't you want to use
what
soap?
He's talking
you
about.
do. Go ahead, Tom.
I just want to say, there's nothing wrong with using detergent or soap if you can get it out.
You can rinse it out right. That's correct.
Well,
okay.
Bonnets don't rinse out. They try, but they don't. They can't possibly absorb it back. So hot water extraction, I'm going to say this. You say if I'm right or wrong, Shane. I think Shane is saying hot water extraction, sure, get the water in, get it out. Less time of exposure, the better. The only difference here is that when they do their hot water extraction, they're putting nothing in your carpet except their altered water. Isn't that right? So
we're going to clean with what we call powered water.
Yeah, okay.
And so we start off on the basis of not using the soap, certain shampoos, or hot toxic chemicals. Yeah. We don't have to pull that crap out. We're going to pull a lot of that crap out from previous cleaners and get that out and get it back to where it needs to be.
Green is the big buzzword right now. But no matter what method you use, remember this, time of exposure to water. The quicker you can put the water in and take it out, no matter what the method, even with Shane's method at zero res, if they put in that water, even the oxidated water, and they don't remove it, and it sits there, and then, it would be terrible.
It's going to cause problems.
Yeah. Because as Buddy Mitchell, I love him at Simply Floors Inc., he says don't use anything that's going to soak your carpet. Okay, we're talking homes today. We have our carpet cleaner in today, Zero Res of Denver. We're also, you heard me mention Simply Floors. I want to talk about K&H Windows, or it's actually K&H Home Solutions. The habit with me with K&H Windows is that I've known these guys literally for 40 years, and they were just being taken over when I got into town. They were in business for years. Henry, he transferred the company over to Ted Rowland. I know Ted and his brother, and I think his brother was involved too. Anyway, K&H Home Solutions, they changed the name because they have expanded everything they do, and they do the exterior of the home. They have wonderful siding, wonderful windows, and they have a gutter product. Here's what I want to tell you about the sales. 30% off your entire siding project and a free upgrade to triple pane glass. That's what they're doing this month, and I really urge you to call them if you have any specific questions, because this siding is the best on the market. But you can make an appointment with no obligation. Just make an appointment to have them come to your home and show you some stuff at khwindows.com. If you are looking for windows or siding, you will not be disappointed. khwindows.com.
I know it.
It makes complete sense.
The best on that luggage. She was at the hotel, I thought.
A guy just called. He's sending the video, Dan. I'll give it to you. He's going to use Zero Res because he's driving down the road and he's videotaping. One of your guys pulled over and was putting out a fire.
Yeah, he did that a couple weeks ago.
So we have he videotaped it, and so he's sending that.
Putting out a fire.
Down in Sedalia, he was driving down the road, the fire on the side of the road had started, and so he stopped the truck, got our water hose out, has a high-pressure hose, and started fighting it.
Before the fire department got there.
That's a trip. Did he get it out?
So we're sending the video.
You put it on your social.
We've got it on social media.
Okay. That's cool.
Well, he didn't record enough of it to put on there, but he just sent a picture of him spraying with the truck and everything that we've got on Facebook.
He was interested in getting it fixed rather than
just passing by.
Solving the problem.
Yeah, so
right.
the guy's name is Bruce.
When?
The 9th.
John Fuller has seen on personal injury, and he
94 cents.
assessment of that case. Personal injuries.
Wow, 94 cents per share?
On what?
Are you sure?
The dividend? Hold on. The dividend?
Yeah.
Mr. Sandman?
No.
Okay.
I forget how many shares you have. Let me see. Positions. He's got almost 3,000 shares. That's another $3,000 coming in.
Both BP and Shell go ex-date same day.
Is that your brother that comes in?
No, that used to be our marketing manager, Rob. Yeah, he's no longer with us. Yeah, I don't think Jason's ever been in here. So.
Anyway, on those I put a tiny bit of soap in a pressure washer out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
But the tiniest bit of soap takes forever to get out. Oh my God, you're going over for an hour to get that little bit of soap.
I'm really
a
thinking
gallon
still
of water
goes
running
by.
down the driveway.
Yeah.
And so I know in the house
There's
there's no way
There's no way you're getting it out.
No.
Nope.
They have investors to make cash.
It even
offers
takes a
on
lot of
homes.
water to get it out.
Yeah, Mark, did you know that?
I'm sure they do. I don't
No,
know
that's
anything.
their new business model.
Plus, they get to be
Is
real careful.
you call up,
Too close, we'll blow the knots.
they will buy your home.
It'll unwind.
Yeah.
It's a reduced rate, but they'll buy it cash.
Yeah,
And if
just
you
like
wanted to
if
move
we
to
buy
another
a
city and
house.
get into another house,
Oh my God, they look
you
like
do the
brand new.
difference.
You do that.
It's like a
Had
trade,
a guy who
or
does
they just
cash
buy
on
it.
the driver's side, and
Mhm.
washing the whole thing, it looks like all the car.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
nobody ever does that. But
Yeah, they usually will replace
I think I'm going to move
Yeah.
him out of the bank and then just
not even bother. But
Did you get rid of,
between that and
Arlo?
Did you
No.
say that's paying a
I'll keep
94-cent dividend, Danny?
What's that?
A 94-cent.
Shell.
Yeah, but it's $70 a
I
share.
got
I
an
mean, it's
ozone generator,
not crazy.
and you put those in the.
The other one was
Still
way
over
higher.
5%.
Bacteria.
You gotta be
Yes,
careful
5,
of
6.
not getting around it.
Oh yeah, you can't be in a car.
Yeah. It'll kill anything organic.
Yes, everything. But that kills.
Anything with carbon in it, it'll kill.
The what?
Anything with carbon in it, organic, it'll kill.
Yeah.
We'll use that sometimes for odor issues and
It's a
problems.
big move
Yeah.
for him on BAC, though.
You know, for a long time, those things were banned from the profile.
They are, yeah.
On eBay, they sell them as a kit, they call it, so.
BAC's doing okay, just not a big, you're not gonna get a great big.
15.
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
What is that?
Look
Never
at
mind.
the PE and B, BAC,
It's like 7? What is it?
12.3. Freaking great for a bank, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. What's Wells?
You see. Well, they just had another bad thing go on. 13.5.
How about
Maybe
Chase?
Bernhard Wilson. If that's the guy that's on the line.
What are we talking about, sir?
The guy that, the customer that saw our technician fighting the fire on the side of the road.
It's a great story.
He's just off on the side.
Oh God, that was a big fire. Wow. That's a big area.
You
Where
got it
was
all
it
out
in
though?
Sedalia?
You got it all out?
I mean, he was fighting it before the firefighters got there. Firefighters had to get there and put the rest of it out.
Making a noble challenge at it.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Buyandbuild.net. You'll see the website. And you know what? It's pitiful compared to what they have. Buyandbuild.net. You'll see some things, but you really got to visit 4800 Washington Street. It's a big, ugly warehouse, plenty of parking, not big on frills, but big on thrills. And then they have interior finish items like floors, like they have engineered hardwoods, laminates, they have tile, they have cabinets, they have granite, they have light fixtures for pennies on the dollar compared to these stores, plumbing fixtures the same. It's a great place to go if you're a do-it-yourselfer, and you can send your contractor. I sent my contractor there and said, here, I want you to get the stuff here. I want to do a bathroom, the entire bathroom, less than $2,500 in all materials, And this was a beautiful bathroom. Buyandbuild.net, and that's Courtney Pierce is the owner, and I always joked, and I thought he was a good-natured guy and would take this joking. I said, it's a big, ugly warehouse like the owner, and I recommend you don't say that to him. 303-295-6022. Nah, he is a nice guy. Mark, were you
Just
saying?
a bad website, ugly building, ugly owner. What a commercial. What a commercial.
I love him. I didn't say bad website. There's no way he can put what he has on that website.
He's got everything.
And even stuff like just fun stuff, just because he picked it up on a lot, you know, a big giant buy. What was the most unusual thing you saw, Clint? Come on.
I think it was all the aluminum turkey pans that he had stacked to the ceiling.
303-713-TALK. Okay.
Mahogany, I got to say this, a mahogany sink. A mahogany sink that was this big for the entranceway went for $500.
You mean a fountain?
You
said entranceway, so sink and an entrance.
God, yeah, you're right. It's probably a fountain, but it was huge.
Sink. I mean, it could be a vessel sink. Is this Nicole?
Yes.
Nicole, what's going on with you?
Well, basically what happened is I went to jail for trespass, and it was really a crazy thing. I can't believe I went to jail for something like that.
For trespassing? Well, I don't know. Usually if trespassing is by mistake, there's no jail. If it's egregious or repeated, it is. What were the circumstances, though, that made the jail thing? Tell me what happened.
I was sitting in my truck with my dogs in a parking lot where we evidently didn't belong, and it was trespass.
But they usually come up and say move. But they came up and said, what?
I guess it was an area that a lot of people violate, and I didn't know that. I had no idea. I'd never been talked to by the police before, ever.
Where was this place you were trespassing, dear?
It was down off of Colfax, and I was just sitting there with my dog.
Well, what is it? Was it whose property? Who put in the complaint?
I have no idea. It was an apartment building.
Okay, Colfax apartment building. And what were you doing there? Having lunch or something?
I was waiting on someone.
Okay. And you were arrested. So they come to your car and say you're under arrest.
Yep.
I find that hard to believe.
Exactly.
And it's private property?
That's exactly what happened.
The police do not arrest people on private property for trespassing.
But the private property owner is the one who authorized them to do so.
They write you a ticket. They don't arrest you.
They did, though, sir. They did.
They took you into custody.
Yes.
And handcuffed you.
Along with about 8 other people.
And booked you.
Yeah.
Okay, 8 other people at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, did you know these other people?
No, I did not.
Did they think like it was a gathering of some kind?
I don't know.
When did this happen, the date again?
I think the 9th of July.
Okay, July 9th or somewhere around there. And it was Denver police?
Yeah.
Okay, because we need to call them and get the report because this sounds odd. This just sounds odd that they arrested 8 people, handcuffed them, booked them, put them in jail, had to bail out because of trespassing.
Yes.
Wow.
And I had no idea.
Yeah. Then what happened?
Right there.
Then what?
Okay.
Listen. Like I said, we're going to check it. Then what happened?
Okay. Then what happened is, they took me into custody and they took my dogs.
Okay.
And then also.
How many dogs?
Just 2. I have 2 dogs.
Okay.
I have a Chihuahua and a Pit Bull.
And what did they do with the dogs?
They took them to the Denver Animal Shelter.
Okay. Did you get them back?
I got my Chihuahua back.
Oh, is the Pit Bull the thing because of the law? Isn't there a law against Pit Bulls?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that why you didn't get it back?
Yes, but that's why I'm going, because this is just crazy.
How did the trespass charge work out? Or is it still in process?
It's still in the process.
Are you going to plead guilty or what? Is there a fine? What is there?
I don't know. I'm going to court this week.
Okay. And so what do they say about your Pit Bull?
Well, 2 weeks, about a month earlier, a similar thing happened to me. And I don't even live here. I don't even live in this state.
What happened to you?
A similar thing.
In Denver?
A similar problem. And anyway, my Pit Bull got taken to the pound for the first time.
Were you arrested for trespassing, though, before? Again?
No.
What was similar about it?
I'd rather not say. But anyway, the dog went to the pound that time also.
Well,
and
there might be a reason. I mean, you're not telling me details, so we don't know who you are. We don't know anything about you. You're not at risk by just telling us. It was not trespassing, but you were you arrested before? Was it an arrest?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole, you let us know. You let me know when you're ready to talk.
I wonder if the dog bit somebody.
I'd be happy to talk to you. I can't talk to you like this without details, okay? So if ever you want to talk to me, I'd be happy to help you or try to help you. But I can't without details. You were arrested before. Now, if it was armed robbery, that's going to make a difference. Or a sexual assault, that would make a big difference. Maybe you were dogfighting. I don't know what you were doing. You just said similar thing happened, but you'd rather not say. So I need to move on for that. It's her choice. I have nothing against her. I can't do things without information. I just can't. Hi, Peter. What's going on, Peter?
Yes, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
What's going on with your RV?
Well, I purchased an RV in 2014.
New or used?
RV America.
Oh, it was RV America?
It was a new RV, yes.
Oh, well, from who?
RV America over in Johnstown.
Okay, RV America, right, okay. And
all right.
What happened?
Well, at the time of purchase, I went ahead, and I'm not a big service agreements guy, but on a motor home with all the stuff in it, I went ahead and purchased a service agreement.
Yeah.
So now, of course, RV America has been sold.
It has?
RV, yeah.
Wait, so it's no longer owned by Harry Sack?
No, it isn't.
Wow.
And so anyhow, they sold me this RV. Insurance from Compass Preserve.
I did not know the Sack sold that. Harry Sack owned that for a long time, and
it's been sold probably.
Are you making that up?
No, it's HAI.
His name is Harry Sack.
It's HARI. It's not Harry. It's Harry. He's Indian, and it's Harry Sack. SACH. So Harry Sack owned that, and he and his son Chris, I believe, ran it. They years ago they used to advertise with us. They were good people.
Correct.
But so did you buy the ownership? Did you buy the warranty under the old ownership?
Well,
were you under Harry Sack when you bought that, or did you buy it under the new ownership?
Under the old ownership.
Was it okay? And they're not recognizing it now, the new ownership?
Well, what happened is I called them. I just recently discovered that I have
okay, and what did they say? What did they say?
Well,
you don't have a warranty? Did they say it doesn't exist or it wasn't transferred? What exactly were you told about it?
Well, when I called up Compass Preserve, which is a service provider, supposedly be the purpose. That's what it says on my retail agreement.
Compass Reserve. What did they say?
$39.95. They don't know who I am.
Oh my goodness!
And I give them the last 4 digits.
How much were you charged for this? How much were you charged for this?
$39.95.
Okay, hold on a second. This sounds.
You know, that was a big enough company. I wonder how that transaction went down when they sold.
Yeah, but here's the point, Mark. They weren't warranting it. It was a third party.
No, I get it. Basically, what he's saying is they charge him for a warranty, never got it. My whole point to this is...
Did he assume obligations when he bought the company? I don't know. I honest to God, did not know that Harry had sold. I did not know it. We need to investigate this for sure, okay? So first thing we're going to do is call up to RV America. And, geez, that's not to be confused. And I want to make this clear. I'm not saying they're a bad company, but we don't know them from anywhere. And
did Harry Sack have a brother?
No. Century RV, though, Century RV is where we recommend you buy your used RV. So I want to make that very clear. Century RV is a great company. Century RV. We know them. We like them. If you go to Century RV, CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. I want to differentiate. Again, I'm not saying the other ones are good, but we know for sure that Century RV does a great job. Now, what happened to the Harry Sack? We got to find out. I don't know. Did he sell? Did his son leave? I mean, are they there at all? Did he sell the obligations along with it? Is he still? I don't know. This is weird. Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we'll talk a little more after I tell you about Budget Transmission and Auto Repair. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. Mark loves this special, this $119 transmission, because he's been in the business years ago. Mark, is that a great price, that $119 for a complete transmission service?
When they give you a new filter and then reseal the pan, new fluid, you can't even, it's dirt cheap. It's a great deal.
Because they pull the pan, they do the filter, they do the fluids, they check it all completely, they do a complete service that will extend the life of your transmission. It's $119. They're at 3201 South Santa Fe. That's basically Santa Fe south of Dartmouth. And that's Budget A1 Transmission. But don't forget, they do auto repair as well, all makes and models. And he's especially good at the older models. It's Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair, 303-781-9858, 781-9858.
Shaped bush. Let's go hand in hand with the problem yesterday
Now,
with
listen,
my cock.
I think his sister is my quack. My quack.
My cock.
My quack was yesterday.
Now listen, Siri.
That's what
we
he was
need to
saying.
call. Can you call up there
Yeah.
and see what are they? Now listen. They're not saying they're not honoring the warranty. They say it was never
He
done.
doesn't have one.
There's
It
some
was never
fraud.
purchased.
That would be fraud.
Yeah.
That's out and out fraud.
Yeah.
If he's got a receipt
You know what?
saying he
Before,
bought
never
it,
mind. Never mind. Don't call. You know why? We have to get all the information from him because he says he has a warranty. We need to see a number. I need to see the
on his
quote.
sales contract, they should have it.
And he said he bought it in 2014.
And if it's on there,
Also,
and they bought the shares,
You already did.
they own it.
even if they didn't,
Tomorrow, he will be back tomorrow.
yeah.
No. If RV America sold it to him for $2,000, I'm making numbers up, but they never
Why
fucking
do you
really
want to
sold
do
it
it
to him,
today?
but they collected
No,
his money.
he's not
And
available
the new
today.
company
And
bought
so
the
I was
stock.
just verifying.
and they owe him a fucking warranty.
If the new company didn't
What
buy
are you
it,
talking about, Mark? No, oh, well, the new company would have to assume the liabilities that they
You're
bought.
damn right they
But
would.
how
Yeah.
many how many
That's,
actually
RV America's pretty big, man.
that you'd buy the stock?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
I think so.
the dealer has a bond too, in case.
That's not going to be for an aftermarket warranty, I don't think.
I don't know.
Well, it's a bond for honesty. I don't know what it extends to. It's made for people who don't.
Yeah, they go out of business and they're
Yeah,
screwed.
but it's really made for when you buy a vehicle and don't get the title or whatever, but that's mainly. But listen, here's the deal. Don't do anything until we get him. We're going to put him to work. I need his work. We need his work. If it says he paid $3,900, man, or basically $4,000 for a warranty, and they don't have a warranty, that went into somebody's pocket.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. What was that guy's name?
Yeah, but like I said, RV America, I thought was pretty big. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they weren't nearly as big as I
They're
thought.
really big. 2 locations, really freaking big.
Were they just in this state?
Yes.
Okay.
But really big.
They probably did not sell stock then.
So he hasn't.
I thought there was like 20 locations across
So
the
4
country.
years old and he hasn't used his warranty? Doesn't that seem?
Yeah.
On a Class A, God, you'd be the first time you used it, you'd be in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's 4 years.
Well, no, first of all, you had a manufacturer.
That's right, the manufacturer's warranty he would have been on, yeah.
For how long? How long?
Harry Sack, God.
I would have changed my name like that.
Are you kidding? Instantly.
God, you'd have to be.
The second I got off the boat. It's not quite as bad as, guess who we had a caller yesterday, Shane, you'll love this one.
He just showed it to me.
My cock. So I'm dying to call up and find out from AutoNation what they're going to do with the problem with my cock.
AutoNation handled the problem for mine.
And they told him, well, come on in.
You can't make this shit up. Oh, these are the days that make it work.
Why would Blinker not list all of the models under certain makes? Why would they not even list them?
Give me an idea.
Like a Mercedes.
Maybe they don't have any for sale. So therefore it's not there.
Okay.
We call this logic.
Well,
I know what you're saying though. I bet if you went to list one, you could find it, don't you think?
you got to take a picture in order to do that, so I can't find out.
Or maybe if it's ever been in the database, it's there, but it's got to populate that first time when they do the picture.
See, this place has it. G-Class.
You trying to sell it?
They don't have, no, I'm just looking, I'm just browsing at something. G-Class.
Oh, I love those big G's. They're cool looking.
I'm just looking.
Those boxy ones.
Now that I'm not tied to
There's
it.
one downstairs right now, a black one down.
I don't like them.
They do look a lot like the old Mitsubishi Montero.
I freaking love
Well, they look, yeah,
Let me
they
just
look
tell you
way
something.
nicer than
Let me
that.
tell you something. I love them.
You heard they're pretty dang fast.
God almighty, I beat a Ferrari with mine. It was 600 horsepower.
G-Wagon.
Yeah.
600 horsepower.
Some of those smaller Mercedes, my wife's little ML has something like has something like 550.
I love
It's
them.
nuts.
I sold a lot of these. I just sold
You know
them.
remember the old Cobra, AC Cobra?
Actually, more than that. They're like 12, 15,000.
Oh, wow.
3 different accounts. Of course, one reason all-wheel drive and traction control is just.
It looks like I'm not because it doesn't look like we're getting it.
Would you say ball scroller? His brother ball scroller too.
I didn't know you could say that. Just keep me out of that picture of this
hair sack.
I'm old.
If I wait for people to get a dealer, I'm going to grow old and die.
You really said 10 grand?
Mark tell you Nicole said she will tell you that it's shoplifting.
Well, she
We
was.
could have told you. Her dog told us.
Hi, I'm Mark Radio Troubleshooter 303.
Listen, if you have any questions on the process of carpet cleaning at all or Zero Res, give us a call. I'm going to ask him for a deal coming up, Zero Res. So, time to tell you, though, about Art of Granite. It's unbelievable what you can get, Art of Granite. But here's the main deal, a price on the phone. See, people like prices on the phone. That's why, you know, over here, Zero Res, they give prices. You know, I mean, obviously, when you get there, there's certain things. And I don't mind when people have, you know, variables, but you should be able to get some kind of an idea of what things cost, I think. And I'll tell you, Art of Granite does it. Mitch Fleury, I'll tell you why. Because he doesn't charge anything above wholesale for the stone and granite. He's a direct stone importer. And he doesn't charge for tearing out and hauling away. And he doesn't charge for the bathroom vanity and cabinet when you have the kitchen counter and cabinets done. He only charges for the fabrication and installation. So call and get your price on the phone, artofgranite.net. That's a very easy proposition. Now, as far as the work, it's impeccable. And he guarantees 100% satisfaction. 303-386-5919. And he serves the entire Front Range. If you're in the mountain communities, he goes up there too. 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. We were talking to Nicole, and she didn't want to mention the previous details, and I understand why. I just needed to know, so I know it's not a big deal. It was she was accused of shoplifting, and I don't need every detail. So when she was arrested, her dog was taken. Did you get the first time for this shoplifting thing? Did you get your dog back after that, Nicole? Nicole? Did you get your dog? Hello, Nicole? Okay.
And if she did, I wonder if it was in Denver.
She's not there. So here's the bottom line. She was arrested for trespassing and taken to jail. Her dogs were taken. She got the Chihuahua back, but not the Pit Bull. I think it's self-evident. But the one thing that I am puzzled about, I have never heard of someone arrested for trespassing unless they had a weapon or some kind of suspicious activity, or it was egregious.
Homeless.
Meaning egregious, meaning repeated. But have you ever once heard of a property owner calling on trespassing?
On vagrants.
And people, they get a ticket? Have you ever heard them being taken to jail and booked for trespassing? I have never once heard that ever, unless it was some kind of weapon or something involved. She said 8 people were arrested. So could you just ask a question? She gave a date. Could you ask for, Clint, could you call the police? Just call Denver.
Yeah, but she wants her dog back. That's what she wants.
I just want to know, though, in general. I don't know about her. Do they, under what circumstances, I want to ask a PIO, would they arrest for trespassing? I just need to know.
I know, but that's not her issue. Her issue is she wants the dog back.
That has nothing to do with it.
She's a nut. We know she's a nut, but she wants her dog back.
This issue came up, and I'd like to know if people get arrested. And I'll tell you why, Mark. Because if they don't, and if she wasn't telling us the truth, then we can't help her. Do you know why? Because people who don't tell us the truth, we end up getting in trouble when we try to help them.
After you brought her up,
it could be her dog bit somebody.
That's what I was going to say, but I connected the dots. She's the one that wrote us a 7-page letter as her dog. She literally said, "Hi, I'm whatever the dog's name was." Do you have that letter?
Come on.
Yeah, I do.
So I'd like to help her get her dog back.
I would too.
If she's not going to be in Denver and she has a dog, why wouldn't they get it?
And no one's going to take this dog. It's an old pit bull, man.
No.
It's got issues, health problems.
But it's terrible.
It's going to die in the pound. Or
Nicole, if you're listening, we'd like to help you get your dog back. If you don't live in Denver, it's because there's still a ban on pit bulls. Isn't that right, in Denver?
I think so.
And so if that's the case...
But not everywhere.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they would keep your dog if you don't live in Denver. It doesn't sound right to me. I'm going to take people who've been around, who've been waiting a while. Now, Pete,
yes.
We need, before we work on this, we need a copy of your purchase docs that show a warranty.
Okay.
And how much you paid. This is if this is true, it's fraud. If somebody collected $3,995 from you and did not register you a warranty, it's fraud.
That's what I believe.
And somehow, but I don't think the new owners are responsible. They didn't sell it to you.
Right. I just want to know who to make angry. I'm an old grumpy guy.
Well, here's the thing. If this happened and it was under the old ownership, then if that is dissolved, or I don't know who you go after, except fraud pierces corporate veils. So I literally would go after Harry Sack directly, or his corporate structure directly, because if there's fraud, it's the corporate responsibility, and this guy was the head, or whoever was the head. I'm serious. I would go after the salesperson even, and I would do it in small claims court to get my money back, or even more than that. If it happened, I find it hard to believe that they would literally put that money in their pocket and not register a warranty. Okay, so I don't know. You got to get us the paperwork. Daphne, please tell him how to get us that paper. I don't need every little piece of paper. I need when he closed, and specifically something showing that he bought a warranty and a description of the... If it doesn't show you bought a warranty, we can't help you. All right, 303-713-8255. Ray.
Tom.
Ray, what's happening?
Hello, Tom.
What's going on, Ray?
Hey, let's see. I had a couple accidents with my truck.
Yeah.
And I brought it into State Farm. Well, it was both of them were State Farm claims. One happened on February 20th.
By the way, whenever you get a chance, you should not have State Farm. But anyway, so February 20th, and what else?
Well, I don't have State Farm. That was the people who hit me.
Okay, so 220 was one claim, then what?
Well, and then I got my truck back about a month later, and then about 3 weeks after that, I got hit again by another person who also had State Farm insurance.
I can't believe that. And when was that claim?
That one was May 5th.
I'm going to tell you something. For those listening, even if this guy is a victim, if this happens one more time, it doesn't matter if it's his fault or not. The insurance industry will consider him having cooties, and they will not deal with him. They will not deal with him, because if people are unlucky, they figure it must be something you're doing. I'm just throwing it out there. It has nothing to do with your problem. But we will deal with your problem directly. He had an accident and was paid twice with State Farm. I believe that's what he's saying. So now we're going to talk about the problem, all right? How can we help him? Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. Nicole could have used him. If you're charged with a crime, call him. Yeah, he does handle shoplifting offenses. You know, there are many shoplifting offenses that are petty and stupid, and people make an honest mistake. Well, what do you say, honest mistake? They make a mistake. They didn't intend to shoplift. Or DUIs, they're not all stone-cold drunks. Sometimes you make a dumb mistake. If you have to get through the system, if you're charged with a crime, Joe Lazzara, it's that easy. He's not going to sit here and give you a lecture. He's going to represent you. I'll do the lecturing. So Joe Lazzara, you can find him on my referral list. Just put in Lazzara or legal or, you know, Joe. And 303-429-6200. You can put in the word defense. It's a great search engine at referralist.com. Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200, LazzaraLegal.com.
I've got to get you some new photos and stuff on this sidebar. This is all over the landfill stuff.
A couple of slow spots and so just let you know on Ray's problem, they fixed it with Bondo. As a new, he bought a 2017 Tundra and stuff. And who fixed it with Bondo? When he took it to the State Farm place, they
Well, he doesn't have to go to the State Farm place. Right. Why the fuck did he do that? Well, okay, that's the dumbest thing you can do in the goddamn world.
Why do you hate State Farm so much?
Huh? They're just the worst, one of the worst companies. They're the top 5 of the bad ones. State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, American Family, and Fred Roya. Worst, the worst. Chinchy on every claim, expensive as hell.
All the complaints that come in are always about those
You'll almost never get a good deal. Sometimes, by mistake, I mean, you do get it. There are people that have State Farm, they go shopping and find it's great, but that's very, very rare.
Yeah.
I am so thrilled we now have a chiropractor on the referral list that actually does adjustments. That entire industry has been polluted by guys. Once they become a chiropractor, they spend their career trying to not be a chiropractor. They get into the supplements, the magic lights, and they get away from what really make
We were
chiropractic.
betting on football here.
This is a
I thought we had it perfect. It was going to be over under 7.
6, I thought.
So you said I'm going to take the under and we'll bump it to 7.
Also has this new spinal scanner that identifies curvature.
You want to do that?
Fractures,
Okay. 12 pack?
This hands-on
Case.
evaluation, 50 case. And then the
Choice of cases at Costco.
And if you get a package of just 10 or more, you can get $35.
So over under 7.
So if I'm
7's a push.
583 4506.
Yeah, 7 would be a push. What are we setting it at? 8? Let's set it at 12. I'll take the under. 12 games, and Broncos 12 or under, I win. Over 12 games, you win. Deal? And we'll go 2 cases versus 1.
If they play that many games, okay.
No. If they don't play that many games, I win. No, let's say over under of 8. I'll take the under.
No.
8's a push.
Sorry,
I'll give you the push.
What are you talking about?
Broncos. He's very anti-Bronco.
No, I'm not.
He's very pro-Harry Sack.
Pro-Harry Sack. Well, Tom worked under Harry Sack for a while. Tom endorsed Harry Sack.
When I said that, you thought, oh, God, he's exaggerating.
I couldn't tell if you were being serious or if you were just messing with the dude.
Harry Sack.
H-A-R-I. Sack. S-A-C-H.
Harry Sack. And his sister bald.
BB.
His sister waxed him out.
Brazilian.
Okay, who's the night?
Hey, so Pitbull's a band in Aurora, Commerce City, Denver, Lone Tree. So you got to get out of this place.
They can help you with that consolidation. We work with a customer recently who called.
In fact, Aurora band's all fighting dogs.
What the hell's a fighting dog?
They list them here like American Bulldogs, Dogo, Argentinos, Canary dogs.
You know Doberman's on that, all right?
I don't think a Doberman's a good fighting dog.
I never heard
You have a Rottweiler on
fighting dogs.
That'd be interesting.
I don't think Rottweilers actually are fighting dogs, are they? I don't know.
Sure,
It's a weird thing to say, a fighting dog. I mean, a Chihuahua could be a fighting dog.
You know, actually, Aurora just doesn't say the breeds. It says band all fighting breeds.
Okay, it's a dog that's been in a fight.
So there's an Indian.
Chihuahuas.
Manish Sack.
Manish Sack.
Is it a fairly common name in India?
S-A-C-H. I don't know if that's common. And that might be shortened.
What they do is they take the Chihuahua,
but S-A-C-H.
and they throw it into a cockfight with a chicken.
Mornings 5 to 10. So Facebook
Winner takes all.
Takes all.
Cambodian genocide, but allows their platform to be used for a genocide in Burma today.
How long is the break here?
Wednesday morning at 6:34.
You can go in and out.
Well, I know that. I'm just. Are you back on now?
Usually about 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Remember that name if ever you hear someone who needs help with their hearing. If you need help, hearing problems don't get better on their own. They get worse and worse. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Now, I know they have tinnitus in the name because they deal with tinnitus, but I just want to talk about hearing loss. Hearing loss in and of itself, they have wonderful hearing aids nowadays. They're so small, they're so accurate, they're so wonderful, and I'm getting a newer pair even. I have some beautiful ones from them, and I'm getting a newer pair that were interfaced with a cell phone. They're at Clarkson and Hamden. If you look there, there's an urgent care there, and they're on the 2nd floor. That's where they are, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Why don't you go? Because here's why. You get a no-obligation test drive when it comes to using a hearing aid to make sure it's right for you. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. Helpforbringing.com is their website. Let's talk. What is going on? You know, he had 2 accidents, not his fault, State Farm insured. Man, that sucks. So Ray wants to talk about how it was repaired. Ray, I want to ask you something. You went to a repair facility, a State Farm preferred facility?
No, I did not use the State Farm preferred facility.
Okay. I thought Deputy Dan mentioned you used one of theirs. Who did you find to do your work?
I used Gerber and Longmont.
And how did you find them? You were going to tell me the reason?
Yep. I used them because I know several repair shops in town, and I asked them if they had a car accident, who they would use, and they suggested Gerber.
Okay, so let's get right to the problem. What's wrong with your repair?
Well, for one, my truck only had 88,350 miles on it on the first accident, and the second accident was around 9,700 miles.
Yeah, I mean, it's under 10,000 miles. Listen, you don't even have to make a case for mileage when it comes to proper repair, because I think I know what you're going to say based on the call screening here, what they ferreted out. If these guys put Bondo in that truck, they have rocks in their head.
Exactly.
So you didn't. Where was it damaged? The first time. Well, first of all, did you get it fixed the same place both times?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then another quick question: the first repair had Bondo, and the second repair had Bondo?
That is correct.
Okay, who specified that? Why would this body shop do that without asking you? Where was it damaged?
Well, the first accident was damaged on the front end.
Front end where? On the hood?
The driver's side front end, like the left headlight, the driver's side headlight, and the fender.
And they used Bondo on the fender? So was it really, really minor?
It was pretty minor. As a matter of fact, I even asked the appraiser, I said, are they going to be able to fix this without Bondo? And he said, yeah, they should be able to pull it right out.
No, when I meant Bondo, you never pull something out without Bondo unless it's paintless dent repair. When I said minor, the problem is when it's really minor, that's when they do use Bondo, just the opposite of what you're thinking. Minor damage is where you have the risk of Bondo. Hold on, and we'll come back. These guys should have fixed it the right way, but you got to demand it. I know you've heard of.
I mean,
how else would you fix it?
Why did you think you went to a State Farm?
I thought he had said he went to the same place twice there.
Here's the deal. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they replace it? It's State Farm was fighting him. He should have gone after that goddamn driver. He did everything wrong. Everything wrong. So it's a teaching moment for other people.
Okay, I'm going to show you this. Difference in our water.
Is what?
Difference in our water.
Is that?
So this is just regular tap water out of the bathroom up here. This is the powered water.
Yeah.
For electrolyzed oxygenated water. If you fill this, put your hands in there and just rub it back and forth. And just keep doing it. What is it doing? Starting to feel really slick, isn't it? You keep your fingers in the water and keep doing that.
I mean,
like grease?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't feel not slick.
Yeah, it feels really slick. So just start rubbing your hands in the
I'm not drinking it now. It feels.
It starts to become slick, or that something's on that, right? Dry your hand off, and just do it for 4 or 5 seconds.
Okay. But
I see what he's saying. It's a little slick.
Yeah, it's slick.
Is this the powered or not?
This is the powered water.
I want to see the difference with this hand.
Yeah,
I want to see if there's a difference.
With what? With regular water?
Yeah.
I feel it though.
That's the one that.
It's almost like a lubricant.
You keep it in there longer. You keep it in there longer.
I recognize that smell, but I can't try.
You're not gonna.
No, I'm really trying to feel a difference.
Ozone. Oh, exactly.
Electrolyzed oxygenated water.
You got to fix up, electrolyte. This is.
Yes.
This is
that you brought in that almost killed us.
That's our powered water.
Oh,
this is regular tap water.
Well, then you had it mixed up because that's the one you told me.
That's the one I handed to you.
Now I feel like there's got to be
so that's
oil.
break it down. Your oils.
I trust you. You didn't do that first time. I would have felt it. I would have.
You just didn't do it long enough.
I
would have long enough.
That
So,
is definite. It's definite.
Now drink it.
Liquor. No, don't drink it.
No, it's
So,
definite.
See, I knew you couldn't drink it.
You can drink it.
You guys say you can,
You
but
can.
you'd be
Now
nuts
that is
too.
definitely.
But you got iodine in here and a bunch of figures
Bro, that's
in there.
definitely.
That's right. So, but if you dry it off, it's not going to be sticky at all, right? So it acts like a soap or detergent.
No, it's not sticky.
But it's going to feel very clean.
Yeah.
So,
Oxygen molecules.
so I'm going to put some iodine in this one. I'm going to put iodine in this one.
Which again?
That
This is just regular tap water.
This is the one.
Or sorry.
I felt it immediately when I did it the second time.
Peroxide.
So it's going to be oil and water type deal?
Why didn't I
No,
do it
it's
the
iodine.
last time?
Yeah, I got something.
So, right?
Side that stuff.
This is regular water, and it doesn't break that down. This is the B water, or the powered water, and it breaks it down completely. I put quite a bit in there.
It suspended it though?
No, it just breaks it down.
Where's the bottom?
Huh?
It doesn't.
It gets sucked
We're
into
able
the
to
carpet.
bind to it now. It breaks it
Wait,
down. We're
so
able
it's
to
in
bind
the
to
water,
it.
but
It
it's in
is.
the water. So when you expel the water,
So
it
when
comes
we
out.
extract the water, it's gone. No residue is left behind. So we're wrenching through it.
It's saturated. Okay, so the capacity for it to hold
It is only so
way
so
higher.
is
Way higher.
Yeah, exactly.
This is already almost. In other words, this can pull up more because it's obviously
This
how
will,
much iodine.
this
you
will
have to
break
put
down
in it.
any dirt, oil,
I
sand, or
understand
soil.
that.
This won't.
Right? No.
So you got to use soaps and detergents to do this with
This
regular water.
suspends it. This breaks it down.
Breaks it down completely.
You can see it. But how much would it take to saturate that?
Oh, I don't know. You can
I
probably
was,
put
just I was just curious. Don't put, but just put a little more. I want to see how much it takes to saturate it.
And then you're iodizing the water, correct?
Well, no, we've
Is it, if you're putting iodine in, is that wow,
Jesus Christ.
wow,
it just
that was just gone.
it'll just continue to break it down. If I
Right.
put a lot of
eventually it reaches its
No.
saturation, which is amazing, though. It's amazing.
This report is brought
Oh my
to you by-
now it's
God.
starting to get closer.
Right, close, but not
Yeah.
not even. I mean, that is
Not
like
even close.
Yeah, nothing that you would pick up in a.
That's right. So what we do is we run it through an electrolysis process, and I can show you a video of exactly what we do. We create sodium hydroxide spheres, but we've done it through a physical change, not a chemical change. And so you can drink that water, it's not going to hurt you. That pH of that water is at about at a 13.5 to 14 pH. You put that on over a 12 on a carpet on a chemical pH, it'll eat that carpet up like that. This, in about 30 or 40 minute period of time, will neutralize back to about a 7.5, 8 on a pH scale.
But on a pH scale, your water right out of the thing that I was feeling before I.
That's about 13, 13.5.
Meaning on the acid side.
No, the basic side. The acid side is going to be your 6 and below.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we also create a water, an acid water, that we use to treat urine and pet spots and that kind of stuff. And that, on that acid scale, is about a 2.5. Battery acid, right? You drink a battery acid, it'll kill you, right?
2.5 not eating the carpet either.
It won't, because it's a physical change.
It's not chemical.
That change, so I can take our A water and wash it. If I get canker sores or cuts, I can wash it around my mouth and it'll clear up canker sores and nothing flat.
So do you get the A water is the acidic or the basic?
Yeah. We use that on pet
When you
treatment.
make your basic water, you get acidic as a byproduct then.
Very much so.
Yeah. That's how you get. You
alkaline
divide
water.
them into A and B.
A and B. That's why we call it acid water and then a B.
But see, they automatically produce that other one when they're getting the
And so
product
we
they
take
want.
that, we go in and treat it for pet stains to break down urea and digest that. So, but you can do that with, like if you use sesame seed oil and you break it in there, it'll separate water and oil. This will completely break it down
The
immediately.
more that water can absorb and carry that shit out of the carpet, the better.
Yeah. And so that's the big difference. So it's science put to work. It's not just some bear story that we're putting out there. It's science put to work on that carpet to break down the oils from dogs, the skin cells, right? We shed 1.5 pounds of dead skin a year per person. And bacteria eat off that. It's a breeding ground for bacteria and mold. And so we sanitize and clean that and leave nothing behind. So it's insanely clean. So
I remember seeing a thing about a 20-year-old mattress, how much heavier it is Oil and skin.
Oh yeah, it's a
Those two things
a lot.
that makes
Like
like
that.
thought of that makes
So
sense.
we got to get on the call today, Tom, to move 115. Use Martino and get them to call or go online and book. Hopefully they can see that online there a little bit.
How much?
115, 3 areas for 115.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And to take all the mystery out of it, all you have to do is remember 39. If you need a licensed tech in your home to find a problem, it's $39. And the phone number reflects that, 720-526-3939. I'm a consumer advocate. What we do is we promote great companies. We also do a lot of problem solving, and we have good problems waiting to be solved. And I've been doing this here in Denver for nearly 40 years. We've recovered millions of dollars live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, plus our radio stations, of course. And we love what we do, so give us a call. Now, 303 Martino works 24/7. We get to all of those calls. Fix It 24/7. What they'll do is find the problem for $39. There is no obligation to get anything fixed. They'll give you a full written report. You'll never spend more than $39. If it's really, really minor, they can just fix it. It's done. But if there is a problem and it requires an estimate, they give that to you for the $39. And here's the good part, okay? If you decide to have the work done, they'll credit you. Forget the $39. They'll credit you $77. Think about that. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. It's a no-lose situation. You get a licensed tech to your home for license in anything, HVAC, electric, plumbing, drains, and then they find the problem and they fix it. If you want it fixed, they'll credit you $77. 720-526-3939, FixMyHome.com. Okay, so you buy a truck and you get into an accident. It's a 2017. Would you be pissed off? I'd be pissed off, right? So then he goes to get it fixed, and they repair it with Bondo. Well, it could be a number of problems. First, did he demand how it's going to be fixed? Did he specify? Did he look at the estimate? Did the insurance company demand how it was going to be fixed? It's the other party's insurance company. He shouldn't be dealing with them at all anyway. He should find a shop of his choice and then get estimates for what the repair will cost. And if the other party balks at replacing something and they want to Bondo it, what do? You're under no obligation to fight that insurance company. You sue the other driver directly in small claims court. Most of the time, small claims court will take care of it, or you go after them. You don't mess with the insurance company. You're under no obligation to deal with them. So, Ray, my question is this. Who specified Bondo in the repair of a new truck?
Well, Gerber says that is their standard practice.
Okay, then you picked the wrong body shop.
Okay.
It's that easy, and it's not anyone's fault but yours. I mean, that's it. You got to fight with Gerber. Certainly, it's not the insurance company's fault. They're paying for a repair. They probably would have balked a little, but you could have fought them and won for a decent repair. And you can't fight with the other driver because he didn't do anything.
How much do you repair it?
Well, here's what I'm asking. See, that's the problem. I don't know what the damage was, but you asked a good question, Mark. If it's in his quarter panel, you get it replaced. It's new, you want it replaced. You can replace it with even a used one.
Say it's his door,
but
his
you
roof.
don't want it dented. Well, with a roof, you would have it, replaced. There are ways to put in a new lid. They do it all the time. Or you put in a new hood. Now, if it's a tiny little scratch, what do? You paint it out. Is it acceptable ever to have Bondo? In my opinion, for me, I wouldn't accept it, ever. Not me. Not on a new car. Now, I would accept used. You have to accept used. How many miles did you have on this? You had less than 10 grand. But see, this is no one's fault but the body shop. But then again, the body shop didn't do anything wrong because you did not specify anything. It's not automatically wrong to use fillers. It's not. And if it's done well, you'll never know the difference ever. But it will affect the value of your car, but any accident will.
That's true. I just wanted to make sure I was getting the proper repair done.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how bad or minor it was. I have no idea.
Yeah.
When you say Bondo, was it large amounts? I mean, did they just skim it? And that's more like a primer. I mean, where they straightened it out almost perfectly and then just skimmed it. If it's a skim coat, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, they called it glazing.
Then it probably was very minor. How much did the repair cost? Let's go there. How much?
You know, I had so many supplements on it. It's probably around $9,000 for the second repair.
Wow. Okay. How does it look? Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm taking it back again tomorrow morning for the third time because the buff job is pretty horrible. I mean, I would never take my car back there again.
If you took a magnet and put it over where it was repaired, will the magnet stick to it?
I don't know.
If it doesn't, then you know you got too much.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I can try that too.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, guys? I mean, anybody have input? I saw you saying something, Dan. Were you?
The magnet.
Oh, magnets. Okay. So we're done as far as that goes. Ray, you gotta just make sure it's done right. Doug, what's going on with you, Doug? Welcome.
Hey, got a 13-year-old Hyundai going in for its first brake job.
First brake job?
Yeah, so I only got 50,000 miles, 13
But yeah, but first brake job in 13 years, do you have a pulse?
But she's a really good driver.
Oh, who's a good driver? Whose is it?
My girlfriend's car.
Okay, so what's the question, sir?
Well, it takes to the dealer, and they take it apart, and they need parts they don't have. So they order the parts, and they shove the car outside overnight. Big hailstorm comes and just beats the snot out of this car.
Ah, that's too bad.
I suspect the sheet metal on it's not very thick. It looks horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dealer doesn't want to deal with the hail damage. Where would I stand on this situation?
Okay, I say this no matter where it is. No matter where it is, if it was at your house, would it have been damaged or not?
Yeah, I don't know if she keeps it in the garage. That's a good question.
Yeah. So if you specify, let's put it this way: if there was a breach of contract or negligence, the dealer would be responsible, in my opinion. I say in my opinion because in order to give a legal opinion, it would have to be rendered by the courts. Now, courts have rendered opinions before based on responsibility. So what's responsibility? If you create a bailment, an agreement that I take your keys and your car and I'm going to protect it, then it's on me. But normally, dealers are not responsible for just acts of God and stuff like that unless they contribute. Let me give you an example of contributing to it. They know the weather looks like crap, and they know it's going to be really bad. It's been bad every night. And they say, the hell with it. This guy's, this is an older car. Let's bring in the good cars. I mean, that could be considered contributory, okay? Or they promise you they're going to keep it inside, just like when they promise I'm going to keep it behind a locked gate, and they don't, and it gets stolen. The act of being stolen or being pelted by hail, that in and of itself does not constitute negligence. It's what they did leading up to it. Did they promise you differently? Did they breach any duty to you? That's really what you have to examine.
No.
Yeah, that's the problem. And, again, it's terrible. But if dealers what about restaurants? You park in their parking lot, go have dinner. They're not responsible. Well, you really just parked at the dealer waiting for them to fix it unless they gave you another impression. Now, Mark, we say this all the time, but you're a real stickler. If you had your car at a dealership, your really nice one, what would you do? You'd be pissed off, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You mean if it got hailed on?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems logical. Where are they going to put it? I mean,
I know.
There's a million cars there. Their own cars are getting hit by hail.
I took a nice car years ago, and I took it to a dealer, and I specifically said, I want this kept inside. And you know what they said? We can't guarantee that. They just told me that straight up, and I thought, you jerks. But that was the truth. I thought they were going to, oh, yes, sir, Mr. Martin. No, they said, we can't guarantee that, Tom.
At least they were honest with you.
Yes, they were honest. So you got to decide, Doug, what they did with you. It's really for the insurance. And you'll know because the insurance company will subrogate if they think it's the dealer's fault. 303-713-TALK, that voice you heard was Shane. And Shane Karen is one of the owners of Zero Res of Denver. There's a special they're doing, okay? If you go to their website, there's a promo code, and you can use Martino. And if you do the promo code, they're going to do 3 areas. How do you define an area?
So an area is up to 200 square feet, so a 10 by 20. So we're not going to mix and match. It's, you know, a living room, dining room, family room. That'd be 3 areas. So each area up to 200 square feet.
Do you take out and measure?
We don't. I mean,
yeah, I mean, unless it's exaggerated, obviously.
That's right.
But 3 areas are going to be for how much?
$115.
Wow.
Yeah, I was driving in this morning. I said, you know what?
That's cool.
We've been in business for 15 years. We're on the Martino show today.
115.
We'll do it for 115.
So to get 115 with zero res, which is zero residue, zero, just empowered water. I wish they could have seen this on the online portion of what he did with the empowered water as a demonstration. It was unbelievable. And in fact, if you have more, you don't have more of that water, do you?
I do, yeah. So if we want to set it up for later on, we can do it.
I want to do it again for those online. If they go to referralist.com, or we're on YouTube or Facebook, we're going to do it live. We're going to do it live during a break. So it's 115. Put in the code Martino, and you go to zeroresdenver.com. It's zero res, R-E-Z, zeroresdenver.com. Okay. And then put in Martino. It's 115 for 3 areas. That's
but you got to book it today. You don't have to clean it today, but book it today.
You don't have to clean it today, but you got to do it today. I think they'll understand that. Okay, so Fran bought a car at O'Mara Ford, put down $2,000. She says, wait a minute. It doesn't. There's something fishy here. Lynn hired a fencing company, $600 down. Haven't heard from them. Whoa. Annette, seamstress, never finished wedding dress, and it's still not done. Oh, my God. These are problems. And the wedding's over. Holy cow. We got to handle that one. 303-713-8255. That is something that is, I don't even know how you deal with that now. Okay, so Cam Solar. Look outside. There's sun shining an average of 360 days a year in Colorado. Did you know that? Not all lots are suitable for solar, some better than others. If you want to make a decision, do it with knowledge. Now solar's a great idea, no matter how you look at it. If you're going to keep your house or not, it depends. Because when you buy the system, it doesn't matter. You can sell it with the house as added value. So Cam Solar is offering to sell you systems with no money down. They use the tax credits. They finance you with low interest. You save money from day one. To find out if your lot is suitable or if you're just curious, it's a free analysis. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Then you fill out the short form. All they'll do is give you an analysis over the next 20 years of output. And they'll guarantee it if you decide to go with them, plus a 20-year parts and labor guarantee on parts and labor. For 20 years. Go Cam, C-A-M, gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter.
The wife did without one for her wedding dress.
That's right. So let's do it.
I'm going to go dump this out.
Hello?
In pretty decent shape as far as the highway drive is concerned.
When we start speeding,
I'll tell
Yeah, Mark, this is Mark.
There's no, you can't do it 360 days.
It's all vehicle, westbound 60
They're going 365 days.
away, so that's good news there.
Sunshine? Yeah, I don't think we're missing.
I'm sorry, about what?
I think I've heard we have more than 300 days or
Oh,
something.
308.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, man.
The sunniest.
Okay, 308.
And that's not Denver.
Thunderstorms today. Be careful out there. A high of 84.
Denver,
Cool.
245.
245 is all?
You call me a liar, Clint?
No.
Oh, very cool. That's basically what I told the guy after talking to you yesterday. I said they'll be getting, reaching out to you and getting someone over there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Back to but the most sun is 308.
Okay.
Excel Roofing is a
You see
company
fucking
I
Tesla?
highly recommend. You may have
What do
some
it do?
damage
Fuck,
caused, but
it's
anything
almost
happens
370.
these next few months, remember,
I'm not kidding, dude. I'm not kidding at all.
Going up. But they will
He's
be
talking
able
about
to
taking it private and buying all the shares out.
anything to look
So
at your
fucking
roof.
it's on a buying frenzy. I'm not kidding.
roof. That's a bunch of crap. These roofers that knock on the door, they're tricking you into a
it was up
contract.
8% 5 minutes ago. What's that guy's name? What's the high of the day?
When they're done examining and tell you everything you
No,
need, and if
371.
you like it, you sign it. They'll even help you negotiate
Eon,
with your insurance.
you should have fucking got out of that goddamn shit.
With insurance companies, but
Eon?
whether it's insurance pay or self-pay.
My tolerance is 10 grand.
Let me tell you, Elon Musk
And you will never have any
is
penalty
look at
clauses in that
hints
contract
at
because
Texas
they know you
meeting
want to stick with them, and they
He's
don't want
slick,
to
but
force
you know, the trouble is,
He's talking about a buyout.
I know.
Where did you say that?
He's really slick, but
I don't know. I read it on Ameritrade.
I don't think
Oh,
Tesla
Elon
is that
Musk
good of a company.
Tesla jumps on Elon Musk's tweet to go
62
private.
and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you
I tell you what,
retiring or
he
experiencing
goes
a life
private.
change? And do you own your
Well,
own home?
who's going to put the money in?
Consider a reverse mortgage from American
He ain't got the
Financing.
money.
Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by
That'll sure give it to the shorts, though.
also protect your spouse from possibly losing
He's
your
really
home if you
slick,
pass away.
but I don't think Tesla as a company is that
You
great.
never owe more than your house is
I don't
worth.
even know how that works. What happens if you do go private? Does the stock go to zero? Is that
No,
good
no,
for
no,
us?
no. The shareholders got to approve that in order to buy it out. They got to.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shorts.
Oh, whatever they buy it out from the shareholders.
Comfort and security.
If I said I was going to pay you millions of dollars a year, give you unlimited financing, where you didn't even have to pay it back, unlimited financing, and you have 25 years to make $1 profit, just any profit, could you do it?
It's Tesla.
No, it isn't. Could you do it?
Well, of course I could, yeah.
Would you be called a genius if you did that?
I don't think so.
Well, Bezos is a genius.
Who?
Jeff Bezos.
Oh. Yeah, but he's not making $1. The fucking guy's making.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What is it? 50 billion a quarter now.
Yeah. But does
That's
that
a
make,
genius.
Does that make up for 20 years? Could you, so
Easily.
If you had 25 years of unlimited financing and a salary, if you had 25 years,
He's the richest man in the world.
that's right. You may be the first trillionaire. Did you know that? Yes. I mean, the guy, he's something, that's for sure. To get people to believe in him for that long without ever making money.
Well, it wasn't just him. I mean, they're all visionaries over there.
Yes, of course. But he was at the head. He got
I'm starting to use Walmart.
But I'm wondering, though, I'm seriously wondering that if Trump was given money for 25 years and became a billionaire, would they call him a genius or would they call him a bum? Because they call him a bum now because his dad started him off. You know?
I don't know. When it comes to Jeff, though, he is brilliant.
Well, of course he is.
No more denial.
So.
But think about the launch pad. Obviously, you have to know what you're doing, but you also
Yeah, but he had to
think
get
about
in.
not
No. He had to get in there and convince those people to give him that money. That is ingenious. So just the pure fact he did all that is the whole deal.
Plus his time.
You're saying like it didn't go down that way. He had to go out. He had a concept. He had to make the concept come to fruition.
I didn't say anything. I just asked a question.
Yeah.
Consider a genius. I mean, I'm asking you the question. I'm not.
I talked a guy into selling me a building right after a bankruptcy that I made $1 million off of. What part was genius talking to me?
I'm talking here and now. Let's go.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Pro Auto Care is your car nanny, and they'll take care of you. What I love about Pro Auto, they guarantee every repair, and they get you in the family, and then you have roadside assistance for 36,000 miles. So think about that combination. And they have some specials you won't believe. All you have to do is go to Pro Auto and listen, 303proauto.com, and then look for the Troubleshooter and click on it, and you'll see the specials. But the bottom line is free roadside assistance in between every repair. And what I love is the reminders on anything. So you just give them your VIN number, let them take care of your car, and they will do it. I mean, you don't have to ever worry about your car. It's great for a son or daughter you don't want to take care of. You don't want to do that. You don't want to keep track of it. Give it to Pro Auto Care. Okay, let's talk. 303-713-TALK. This one is amazing. Annette, did you pay for this wedding dress?
Yes, it was totally paid for.
How much did you pay?
It was a $1,400 dress.
And when did you pay it?
Well, I bought the dress from a different shop out of state.
Oh, you paid $1,400 out of state and got that dress.
Right.
And then
I got the dress to Kathleen in early March.
In early March of this year.
Yes.
To Kathleen, and Kathleen bills herself as a seamstress.
Yes, her website is the Denver Seamstress, and her business is called the So Fine Custom Sewing and Alteration.
So Fine Custom Sewing. Okay, So Fine in March?
I brought the dress to her in March, yes.
Okay, and what happened?
And so my daughter went in for an initial fitting for alterations. My daughter lives out of state, and so for March, April, and May, nothing happened. On May 23rd... When
was the wedding?
August 4th.
August 4th, congratulations, but this is unconscionable. You're telling me that the So Fine Custom Sewing and Alterations had this dress and never finished it, and they had it for 4 months.
Right, and they met when we went for a semifinal fitting before my daughter's bridal photo shoot.
No, they had it longer, May, June. I'm sorry, keep going.
The dress was in pieces when we arrived at our appointment on July 14th.
Well, what's wrong with this woman? What does she say about this?
These things happen, and if I was a Christian, I would just let go of it.
She said that. If you were a Christian, you would just let go. Well, when she said these things happen, what was she proposing, though? Was she proposing that you just accept it and take the dress as is, or just throw the dress out, or pay her anyway? No, I'm serious now, Annette. What was she thinking? What's this woman's name?
Suggestion. Her name is Kathleen LaPrata.
LaPrata. LaPrata?
Lopata.
Okay. LaPrata, what did she suggest?
She suggested that she would finish the dress in the future. When she realized that I had to go out and buy a brand new dress, she told me that she would finish the dress in the future and mail it to my daughter, and she suggested a $200 refund.
How much did you pay? How much did you pay her?
Pardon?
How much did you pay her?
She was actually a friend, and I was her private viola teacher.
So you didn't pay her anything?
Well, I taught her for free for 4 months.
What did you teach her?
Viola lessons.
Did you have a contract of any kind?
No,
okay.
We were friends, and she had suggested barter, and I had seen her work in the past.
No, I understand, but you have no contract. So
what's the value of the barter?
Yeah, what was it? Did you establish a value?
I had told her I would teach her for free for 4 months.
Which is worth what?
Which I charge $150.
What would it be? Add that up for me. What would it be? 4 months is what? If it's every day, it would be a different figure than if it was once a month.
It would be about $600.
Okay, so that's a few lessons for okay, $600, and that's about how much the alterations. This dress is useless to you now. Is it even complete, or is it still in parts?
It's still in parts.
I would sue her. I would sue her for $2,000 in small claims court. I don't see how you could lose. I would sue her for the value of the dress. She can sell it, do anything she wants, but it's no value to you. And I would sell her for the $600. That's $2,000. And trust me, if you could get pain and suffering in small claims court, I'd go for it. But you can't.
Let's try to get this clown on. Let's see what she has to say.
In addition to this,
LaPrata. Oh, in fact, she needs, if we verify this, make a note of this. She needs to be on the Sleaze Brigade. We need to make a note of this, Dan, please, or Clint, or whoever's doing it.
That's not very Christian of you.
No, we need to make, honest to God, we need to do something about this so other people are not stung by this woman. I can't believe this would be an isolated incident.
I just tried to call, and she did not answer.
The internet last night and found 2 other stories almost identical to this story. In addition,
What?
In addition to the wedding dress, my daughter was actually married in a temple and needed a specific temple dress that I had sewn, and needed some help with a small alteration, and she lost that dress, so I had to repurchase the materials the week before the wedding and re-sew.
I'm trying to figure out who she is here. I'm looking for So Fine Custom Alterations, or is it so? I don't know.
She spells it SEWFINE. or you can go on her website, which is denverseamstress.com.
Okay, denverseamstress.com. That's what I'll do. Denver, and I urge everyone else to do this too, seamstress and seamstress.com. Oh my goodness. I see it. denverseamstress.com. For those from Arkansas, that's SEAMSTRESS, seamstress, denverseamstress.com. And, okay, and her email there, her phone is 303-727-9703. Certainly she had at least an excuse of some kind. Some kind. What did
she had all kinds of...
Well, give me some. I mean, if she was sick or something, I don't want to come down on her like this.
No, her excuses were she had to deal with another mother, a furious mother of a bride. She had emergency dental surgery. Her husband has gone to the hospital.
Well, is any of that true?
I don't think so. Her last one was she had pneumonia. She told me the Tuesday before the wedding she had pneumonia, and when I showed up unexpectedly at her shop, I took her by surprise, and there was no sign of her having pneumonia.
denverseamstress.com.
There would be no excuse in the world.
I can't believe it would be. And
Yeah.
her name...
Death.
I want to make sure this is true. Yeah, if she died. Kathleen with a K or a C?
With a K.
And is it Lopata, Lopata?
Correct.
Lopata. Okay, because this is so egregious, I don't know what to do. What were you hoping? I always say this because I mean this, and we want to help, of course. What were you hoping we could do at this point?
Save another person from the agony that I went through.
And thank you, because we can definitely do that. We can definitely do that. Thank you so much. Now, what do we do, though? I still think you should try to sue her.
We should go find this lady.
No, we should. We should go find
Where's
her.
her shop at?
Wheat Ridge.
Is in Wheat Ridge.
God, everything's far.
38th and Teller Road.
Let's try to get her
Make
to
a
move
note
to
of
the
this,
tech
Daphne,
center.
for the
Your
sleeves
resolve
brigade,
just
please.
ended there, Mark.
That was it. As soon as I heard Wheat Ridge.
Is Lopata a Spanish name?
I'm not sure what her nationality is.
I'm just curious if it was...
Lapata is her husband's name, I believe.
Okay.
But she is definitely...
Says she's a Colorado native. Her grandmother was a dressmaker. Her mother was a sewer. And it also says she has a passion for perfection.
Sometimes it's not good to go into the family business.
Her name means, you're not going to believe, her name means shovel. So she's really pitching it, you know what I'm saying, right?
I think it'd be good to get the other side of the story, though.
I had taken several pictures of the work she did. She took a separating...
what do you think?
Jacket zipper and put it in a dainty...
Our buddy says it would be good to get the other side of the story.
Give the number out again.
And we agree with that. But
she sounds
just from a business owner's perspective.
She sounds so genuine, though, Shane. This woman on the phone, I don't detect one little ounce of BS.
She may be, very genuine, but from a business owner's perspective, there are always two sides to a story. We assume that a technician or someone has done something a certain way, and we quickly find out that that story wasn't just what we thought it was, and sometimes drastically different. So before we, annihilate Annette, or not Annette, but this other lady, then I think you got to get both sides of the story.
What do you do when they don't answer on the other side?
Well, you've only tried once, right?
First of all, I know.
First of all,
we go down this road daily.
Okay, first of all, for those listening, we always try to get the other side of the story.
Sure.
Absolutely, positively, would not even consider not getting the other side of the story. And as you know, most of the time on this show, I am so hard on consumers that I don't even need to get another side of the story, and I know they're full of crap. But in this case, it's a very simple proposition. She dropped off a dress and did not have it for the wedding.
Definitely. That's
short of death, I don't understand.
Unacceptable.
Unless Annette is literally just lying.
Yeah, like change the date.
No, not change the date.
Or nothing. Never even happened.
Yeah, it never happened. I mean, if somebody's that crazy.
But it's not there.
So get Annette's information, and let's get this thing. This is unbelievable to me. Now, Fran, listen, you've been holding a long time, so I want to at least get this started. You bought a car at O'Mara, is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, and they've been around a long time, so I'm anxious to hear what happened. You put $2,000 down?
Yes, on 5/1.
Okay, on 5/1.
I gave them a check for $2,000.
And did you have a a buy contract? Did you have a buyer's invoice that showed $2,000 down?
Yes, I did, sir.
And then there was a balance due.
And there was a $5,400 due. And
$5,400 due. Okay, so it was a used car.
It was a used car.
$7,400 total.
They said it was a one owner.
Okay.
And he showed me the facts.
Gotcha. So what's the problem in a nutshell?
Okay, it was not a one owner car. They did not ever present the second check that I gave them for the balance.
What do you mean? What do you mean they didn't present it? What does that mean?
That means that I gave them the balance, $5,400.
And what did they do with it?
I have not a clue.
But it didn't clear.
It's never been presented.
Okay, that's a term that I don't know what it means. So I'm going to ask you:
it never hit the bank?
Okay, well then they didn't take the money for some reason, and we'll come back and figure out why. 303-713-TALK. Plumbline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. You know we have great companies at referralist.com. Plumbline has been there for years. And they do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains with a special right now, half off your air conditioner when you buy a qualifying furnace, and that's a Carrier furnace. It's sponsored by Carrier, so they're not raising the price on one to give you a break on another, and the only way you'll know that is to shop around. Let one of their comfort consultants come out and show you what they have. If you need a system anyway, it's best to get them matched, and now they're giving half off the AC with the purchase of a furnace. And coming into the end of summer, this is the ideal time before there's a lot of pressure. 303-586-1086, 303-586-1086, plumlineservices.com.
It wasn't that at all. I had sound effects in the background. I could hear that. I'm sorry that I distracted you.
No, it
had nothing to do with
says he secured the financing.
Well, I see Saudi Arabia has $2 billion.
What do you mean?
Somebody in Saudi Wealth Fund built $2 billion state.
It's funny how some of these are just low levels and some of them are perfect. Yet they look the same to me on the weight.
Then you can visit his beautiful showroom if you'd like first. Just
I can see he's saying it's just a surface short.
A preliminary price, so you're not wasting your time.
Catwalk's pretty personal.
Oh, he takes stuff personal.
No, I know he does.
Who? Elon Musk.
Those drunk.
Right. No. He'll if someone writes a bad article about it, he'll go after the boss. He's done that. Elon Musk is totally personal.
You see how emotional he gets in interviews? He cries often.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Worse than Boehner?
If you look up,
Worse than Boehner? Remember John Boehner, the Speaker of the House?
Yeah, but I don't remember him crying.
Oh my God.
John Boehner? Oh God! You know the guy he was smoking, he had a big tan and stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he cried.
He's kind of stern looking.
Right. He cried all the time.
About what?
He cried when he was elected Speaker of the House. He cried.
He cries all the time.
He does. He cried all the time.
Hey, really, we need to get this. We really need to get this this woman.
Seamstress?
Oh my God.
Daphne wants that bad, so she's already got a call.
Daphne, you worked on this one. I can see the seething coming out of this.
That really is. Why didn't she say a month ahead of time?
Yeah, hey, I can't do this. We need to figure something else out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We had a wedding.
She had it 5 months.
Yeah, I moved it.
We had a wedding.
My question to Annette would have been, what was really the relationship between you and the seamstress?
Of time,
To allow her to go that far, that long for 5 months, there's more to the story.
You know what? There is that because they would have wanted to try the dress on more than a week before.
Well, she said that this was the final, but the third time they tried on the dress, and the previous 2 times, she did try on the dress, and now that it was in pieces,
now they took it apart.
Something ain't jiving.
You're saying she gained weight, the bride gained weight? Or is it, Shane, is that what you're saying?
I denied that. Actually.
I don't know. Someone tells you they have pneumonia and you show up and they look fine.
That's a story, though.
You know what?
It's a story.
You think she just is completely lying? I just totally disagree with
The
that.
customers that we have come across sometimes, Mark, would blow your freaking. You get it. You
We've
deal
never
with it.
hit
I had 50 employees in 5
You
stores.
get it. You get it.
We've never
So the
heard
stories,
But I'm pretty good at hearing people talk like her. She just didn't seem like
She's like
she
an
was
old
bullshit.
nice lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's LDS because she said they were getting married in the temple. Or Mormon.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that seamstress right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, see if you can see if she has.
What was the name of it? Denver seamstress.
Here it is, the number right here.
Daphne's got a call in.
What is it? Star 69? No, but what is it? So they don't see your fucking number. I'm not kidding.
Star 67.
Star 67.
Daphne's got a call into her now.
You don't want your phone number out? Is that gonna get
God,
you
no,
out?
not after his fucking guy. Jesus Christ, that guy wouldn't. He still fucking text me.
I've been giving your number out.
You can't block him?
That guy, God. You know, out of all the wackos we had, somehow you drugged me into the wacko of the wacko.
I agree. But you guys got me good this morning. You guys got me good. Oh,
What's your name?
Huh?
Karen?
Kathleen.
Yeah.
She doesn't receive calls from numbers that are blocked.
Does it say that?
It literally says that. That's the first time I've ever heard it.
Interesting.
Use my phone. I don't care.
I wonder if she just did it after we gave her number out.
You're setting yourself
You
up.
think she got it that quick, that info? Or
I
think she was listening, yeah?
It's hard to say.
That's the thing that's crazy to me. If my company were under attack like that, I would get on the phone
Yeah, you reach out.
and resolve
But
it
you're thinking normal.
ASAP.
Now, how about if you promised someone a wedding dress and didn't deliver and all this shit went down? Would you still get on the air?
Yeah.
Well, most people at that
Figure it out.
point wouldn't.
Well, I would have never allowed it to get
Right.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Once you're beyond the cliff, what do you do?
But she had a week. She should have been up 24 hours a day working on that thing.
I can alter a wedding dress in 14 minutes. This isn't any big work here. A stapler, duct tape.
Do you know the
Love duct tape.
taking on a project like that, seamstress for wedding? Brides are in such
Well, the mother of the
Yeah,
bride.
it's
The whole wedding.
what they've been building up to their whole life, right?
Okay, I want to mention ZeroRes.com. ZeroResDenver.com. Put in the code Martino for $115 to get 3 big areas done. ZeroResDenver.com. And then just do the Martino as the promo code when they ask it, MARTINO. While we're talking of floors, SimplyFloorsInc.com. I just made a passing mention of them recommending this kind of cleaning for their carpet. They love it. And, you know, Simply Floors is a dealer, and they know all of the manufacturer's recommendations. And they also know a lot about floor coverings, not just how to buy them, but how to take care of them. Simply Floors Inc. will also get you the best deals, period. That's all I can say. The best, with the best products. SimplyFloorsInc.com. And the best service. Let's keep going. So we're working on this seamstress thing off the air because it's amazing. Fran, though, Fran says she paid basically for her car in full. The second check was not cashed, but the first one was $2,000 down. Do you have a buyer's order, and it shows the purchase price of how much?
It was $7,500.
75. Okay, gotcha.
And so they said.
Did
when
they
I
have
got
any
there, they
D&H on there? Any dealer handling? Any other price at all?
Oh yeah, there was $5.99 that they had to charge.
Yeah, that's that. Listen, every dealer has a D&H, every
Yeah,
one of them.
so-
So
and
that's
that's- and that's fine.
$8,099. Then what?
So then that brought the price up to
$8,099
and
yeah.
change. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And so I said, no, this is not going to work, sir. And so they dropped it down to back 75.
I don't care what they dropped it to, as long as you have the contract showing it.
I do.
Okay,
I
good.
do.
Now,
I do.
what's the problem?
Well, they didn't ever present the check. They turned the payment of $5,400 over to the Public Service Credit Union.
Wait a minute. So you have the car?
Yeah.
Well, okay, dear. If they lost the check or didn't deposit it, why would they have to Why would they? Okay, what do you mean they turned it over to the credit union?
Well, because they never presented the check.
Okay,
so
you said that a million times. I've heard it. But why the hell would they present it to them? When you say the credit union, is that where it was written?
No, I wrote it to the O'Mara Ford or whoever.
Fran, I mean the account. Where was why did they bring in the credit union?
Because they said they'd make you sign more
I'm asking you, did you have a checkbook that had the credit union? Is that the account?
No.
Where was your account held?
My account was held at the car dealership.
No, Fran.
Where's your bank account? Where was the check written off of?
Fargo.
Okay, it's a Wells Fargo checking account.
And I called them and they said
the check was not presented, right? And the second one was not presented.
On the 15th.
And the second one was not presented.
Never ever presented.
Right, never presented. The second check, guys, the second check was never presented.
Did they present the second check?
No, they did not present the second check. Here's what I need to know, though. $5,400 was owed. What does this credit union have to do with anything? That's the part I'm confused about.
Well, the car dealership makes you sign these papers that says, if you don't complete the payment, it will go to whatever.
Well, if you don't complete the payment...
They're going to they financed it, it sounds like.
Oh, okay, so you must have filled out some finance papers beforehand, and they would not execute those finance papers if you presented the check.
Exactly. Well, I gave them the check.
I know.
That day, on the 1st of May.
So this is an easy problem. Just the money that was not taken out of your check account, use to pay it, and you're done.
Well, they didn't ever do the check.
Okay, but Fran,
did they ever present that check to them?
Fran, I promise you, listen, and now I'm really serious now, okay? You don't ever have to tell me again that they did not present or cash the check. We are not freaking idiots. We heard you the first 1,000 times. Here's what I need to know, because I don't understand the problem. If the car was being sold to you and part of it was not paid because they lost the check or whatever happened to the check, you still have the money in your account.
I do.
So you can pay it off. Okay, then what's the problem?
The credit union charged me $400 and X number of dollars because it's gone to them.
Okay, so you don't want to pay that extra. So even if you paid it off, there would be an extra $400 because of the finance charge?
Right, and I said...
But they can't charge that to you unless you signed all of the finance documents. You'd have to...
Why didn't they take the check through?
I don't know. Here's what I think. When they got that check from you, if let's get the most devious, what you're probably thinking is they would get a kickback on the financing, therefore they had a vested interest in getting you a loan and purposely held back the check. That could be.
That's what I think happened. I don't think that's what she's thinking.
No, is that what you're thinking, Fran?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
What I'm thinking is that when they sell a car, they get more off the financing.
Yes, they do.
Than the price of the car.
Then they get more off of financing than a cash. If you do a cash deal, a lot of people think if you say to a dealer cash that they're going to say, wow, let's put him to the head of the table. No, they want you to finance it because many times, I don't know in this case because it's such a small loan, I don't know if they had what's called a buy rate. That means that they have a buy rate, and whatever you get financed at above that, they get a kickback. So I have to ask you, what is the interest rate at the credit union?
I don't know, but it's like $400.
You don't know what your interest rate? You signed the paperwork.
$447 is what she said I owed them.
Well, okay.
Here's what can I?
But here's the problem.
Let me say something.
I will, but honest to God, here's the problem, and then you can say anything you want. Fran, you got to hear this. Because you signed the paperwork, they cannot finance this without your approval. And because they have your approval, the only hope we have of solving this is proving that they purposely withheld the check. Go ahead.
I think that's what they did.
Okay.
I'd go down and pay off the entire amount with the credit union. Then we'll make a call to O'Mara and fight for you. But we need some paperwork showing that extra $400.
Yeah. Now here's the deal, Fran. If you don't pay, your credit's going to be ruined, and they're going to take you to collection. You will not win. You have to listen. You will not win. You may not have called.
I will win.
No, you won't, Fran.
I will,
you will if you do it. You do it if you do what we say, and that is go after the $400 after you pay it off. You have damages, but how are you going to prove they purposely did this?
I don't know, Mr.
Okay, but
I don't know whether.
But
the
Fran,
guy that,
just follow what we just said. Pay it off.
No, she said she's going to win, so I don't even know why she called us. She has it all. So, Fran, good luck to you, all right? The only way you win is for us to contact O'Mara and negotiate a payoff that doesn't include the $400, or for you to pay it off and for you to then go after them for any extra charges.
Don't miss a payment, though.
Did you already miss a payment, Fran?
The only other.
Did you already miss a payment?
I never got a call till like.
All right. She signed all the paperwork. She's in the wrong, technically. Fran, you will lose. I'm sorry. Not because you're wrong, but because you're thick-headed. We have more coming up.
All I have to say is you have to be really brave.
First of all, they're not going to
let
you. They're not going to let you leave with their car.
We want to help her. She just refused our help.
She was being a little.
Okay, so if people don't want our brand of help, then do it yourself.
But they didn't present the second check.
The reason I know she signed everything is they weren't going to let her leave without having financing if the checks bounce.
Mark, the way you know that is the credit union can't execute a loan without her signature.
Unless if they totally phony
That's exactly what they did. They wanted they made her sign everything.
Of course they did. First of all, they do that in every deal. Every goddamn deal you go through, even if you say you're going to bring it the next day, they're going to get you on paper.
They have to. I mean,
they can't let you go risk it.
So what does she think? Here's what she wants. Exactly what we were going to do for her. We were going to get her the payoff and get her money back.
And then talk to O'Mara and say, hey, what the fuck?
They let this thing slip through.
Or maybe here's what happens. They repossess the car, and they go after her, and she loses.
Oh, if she doesn't pay, she's crazy.
Yes, they'll get their car back.
Well, the credit union, it's all the credit union now. They'll get their car back.
And there's a chance now, because it's been on this show, she may have some more horsepower now if she calls it.
Yeah,
but it's just too bad. Why the fuck?
Amy Daniels.
Why did she write 2 checks, though? Did we ever even ask her?
It says, Harry Sack meets Pitbull.
Why was there 2 checks? I don't even remember. Why did she write 2?
Because she's... Oh, actually, I don't know, but I assume it's because she
wait a week or something.
She put down a deposit and then came back. Maybe I don't know why. I don't actually, or 2 different accounts. I really don't.
I'm starting to wonder if they were supposed to hold it for like a month till she gets her next paycheck.
Yeah, there could have been an agreement behind
something. So if there is an agreement and they cashed it sooner, she would win.
But really, Shane, this woman was not listening when we said we'll help you. And here's what you need to do. Nope.
But you weren't listening when she said you didn't. She didn't present the check.
Don't make another payment. I mean, you better make your payment and then go after the money.
Yeah.
She agreed to make those payments.
It is amazing that it is you in a way. And what I mean by that is, I don't know why people feel as if they have to tell you the same thing 5 times. They truly do feel like you don't hear it, but I don't know why they feel that way. Is it because you talk fast?
Shane, we got a question. What's the best
Isn't it bizarre? Really, it's fucking bizarre.
To get gum out of a carpet, one way to do it is take an ice cube, freeze it, and then you can take it out, shave it out.
Gum out of a carpet?
What kind of gum?
Yes.
But you're like chewing gum?
What kind of gum is it?
She doesn't want our help.
Lots kinds of gum. My gum. What happens if my gum is ground into the carpet?
Of course, that happens all the
time.
Mark,
you're the only one that would come up with that.
Are you saying your gum is never been in the carpet?
Yeah, so you can freeze it.
That's the best way.
And then you can just carefully cut it out.
I think it's the same way you do in your hair.
Yeah.
Do you have gum so we can put it in Dan's hair and try that water? See if the water gets the gum out?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter sometimes will do it. In here it will.
Would CO2, would dry ice be better? Would that freeze it better? Would that be better?
Ice just regular by itself would be fine.
Okay, I'll tell him.
If I were you,
If you're very careful,
A pair of
right?
scissors, I assure him, will get it right out of it.
You can do that if you trim just the very, very top, depending on how
Trim.
deep it is in the carpet. You can trim it out.
Especially if you're working with Harry Sack.
If Harry Sack, God knows.
I don't think you guys are gonna ever let that one down.
If he got dumb, it's Harry Sack. Would you use ice?
I don't get it.
Oh, trespass. Officer discretion, totally.
What?
Really?
Officer discretion on a trespass.
Oh, trespass.
So she could have been
Yeah,
argumentative.
but I'm telling you,
Here's what you should have asked. Out of the last 200 trespasses, how many were taken to jail?
I did ask that.
And what did you say?
Rare.
They're homeless.
Rare.
She's
I'll
homeless.
bet you none.
No, they said rare.
I'll bet you
She's
none.
homeless. She's
Unless-
probably been on that
unless
same
there was a
property
weapon in the
50
car or
times.
something happened.
I agree with Mark.
Also, the
I
pit
agree
bull
with Mark.
thing.
I know she's homeless. I read her 7-page thing from her dog.
Environmental. They don't arrest you for being homeless.
No, but they probably kicked her off that apartment complex 50 times, and finally they had to get rid of her.
I would imagine.
One Clear Choice Garage Doors. It's that easy. You got a garage door problem, oneclearchoicedoors.com. That's how good they are, that I can say that with confidence that you'll get the best service. In fact, they'll do an inspection. You just moved in a house, you want to know the condition, they'll do a free Martino inspection. They'll lubricate, adjust the safety stuff, and hinge bolt tighten, and want to be your company. They'll put a little sticker on there for the future. oneclearchoicedoors.com, 303-565-6409. Listen, just to make this clear, although most of my listeners have been saying, yes, 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 we understand. We will offer you help. You may not want to do it the way we say. That's fine. Go do it yourself. That's fine. We would have solved this problem today. She was upset. I understand. And why was she upset? Because they never presented the second check.
I didn't hear her say that part.
And I agree. I would be upset too. But if she falls behind in payments because of the agreement she signed, she is going to be at fault. It doesn't matter. She's going to be. And then it just compounds the problem. So I want to make that clear. Honest to God, we want to help you. But we don't always agree on the method, and we can't do a method we don't agree with. So Lynn hired a fencing company. What's going on, Lynn? What happened? Lynn? Okay. Can you check DAF to see if people are there? And Karen, hi. What's going on? I hear you there, Karen.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am. Are you Karen?
Oh, yes, I am. I didn't realize.
I'm
that
sorry.
I was on.
I'm sorry, Karen. What's going on?
Well, we've got a little issue here in the Cheyenne Canyon area of Colorado Springs, and I know this isn't your regular route, but we've
Well,
tried,
it is our regular
Sure
route.
is.
Yeah, we have a lot of people in the Springs that listen. What's going on?
Well, you do, and the reason I'm calling is because we've tried a lot of other avenues.
Well, what's going on?
The city, well, I will tell you, the Broadmoor Hotel has recently, in the last 2 years, acquired the Seven Falls. It's a tourist attraction, and it runs at the end of the street where I live. I live on Cheyenne Boulevard. And during the U.S. Senior Open that we had up at the hotel in June, they rerouted the traffic away from the hotel as to not get traffic backed up there.
But was it only, hold on, was that only temporary, Karen, or was that
It was temporary. It was temporary.
Well, isn't that over now?
It's been over. And
all right,
what
hold on. We'll come right back to you. Let's figure out what's going on there and more coming up.
Student loans, car loans, high-interest credit card loans, debt adds up for all of us. But there are
ways around it. Hey guys, it's Ross. Karen wants to go back in time and have them reroute the reroute.
Refinancing your home is an easy way to save a lot of money. Think of it this way.
My favorite chains are like this.
Lower monthly bill payments.
So, you know, I've got this issue, Tom. I hired this contractor, and they took $500 down, and then they did this, and then I had to go out to lunch one time, and everything was great, and blah, blah, blah. And he'll go, well, okay, so what are you calling about? And they'll say something like, well...
Or I say, what can we do for you? Did the dentist do this or this? And they say, no. They'll say the fencing contractor didn't show up.
They'll totally switch it.
I swear to God.
You have no idea what they're talking about.
Well, yeah, that was the day I had my dentist appointment. He didn't show up when I got home. And we heard that entire
10-minute story that has nothing to do with anything whatsoever.
We've had that happen.
It's like talking to Dan. He tweeted, Mr. fucking Tesla, you know what? You outdid, after this bullshit today, you have outdone the Foot Locker. I'm going to go shop at Foot Locker today.
Wait, what did he do?
I didn't know. Him and I shorted Tesla. Thank God you weren't part of that fucking game.
I remember that. What happened?
Well, every single day I'm losing.
It's keep going.
Eventually, I'm going to own Tesla, but I'm not going to own any Tesla.
It keeps going up?
Oh, my God. It's up so big now.
Wait a minute. Why are people believing in him?
Okay, so he just tweeted that he was going to, and I tell you, Elon Musk tweeted that he was going to take it over at $4.20 a share.
Stupid Tesla. And what is it now?
$3.64.
He's going to buy Foot Locker, too.
But, Mark, what are you in?
$2.97.
Wait a minute. So you're making money.
I've lost $69 a share. Thank God I only bought 100 shares.
Can't you cancel the sell order?
Sell order? I got to buy it. I borrowed 100 shares at $297.
Tell them you don't want to do it. Tell them they didn't present
I'm sitting. Here's my fear. I know third quarter's going to suck, but shit.
Wait, so you bought it at...
It's like if I borrowed 100 Tesla shares from you.
He sold it.
I borrowed them when the price was $297.
Right.
I have to give you 100 shares back no matter what.
Right.
At some point, I have to buy 100 shares.
You were hoping it would go down. You'd buy 100.
Yeah, and they did shittier than expected.
Well, here's the thing. Mark, the reason I bought it is because you said he was, during the call, he was going to use the N-word.
I thought he was gonna pull a Papa John's and come out during the call and drop some derogatory shit.
That's the only reason I bought it.
Do you know what that Papa John guy did? Can you believe that shit? He was in a call.
I heard he used it, but I heard he used it in
he was not in a call.
Okay.
It was an internal conference.
It was an internal call with a different company that was over PR.
But I didn't hear that he was calling someone that he was saying something about.
Yeah, okay, tell me in what world you would do that under any circumstance where someone could take a clip of what you said and play it back. It doesn't matter what it was under.
Very easily someone could misconstrue that.
I go back to Mark Furman. Mark Furman was trying to be an actor when they got him in the O.J. trial. Did you ever use the N-word? Do you use it? He said no. They went back to when he was trying out for a role in an acting thing and played it 1,000,000 times.
But do you think?
What do you think of Mark Furman?
So are you thinking that if you're an actor and you're
not an actor, I got to give it to you in that one. But they did it to Mark Furman was my thing. He just never turned out to be an actor. He was a cop.
Okay.
So you think that he deserved what he got?
Okay, here. No. They hate you. The media hates you, okay? They do. So let's say someone records you quoting somebody else and plays it everywhere. By the time you're done picking up after the damage, isn't the damage done no matter what?
Yeah.
It's done, it's over.
So you think Papa John's, that he got the short end of the stick on that?
I think he got screwed, blued, and tattooed, although I'd never say anything like that under any circumstance, so I do wonder why he was saying it. It's a very odd thing to say. Going, I would never say this and then say it. It's just bizarre. Or telling his people never do this.
I just totally disagree.
Isn't that weird?
I totally disagree with you that the word is ineffable. Never to be uttered.
I never said that.
I agree with you. You should never call someone that. You should never refer to people as that. But when you are talking about an issue and that word comes up, the mere fact that you mention it does not mean you are racist or hateful.
I agree, but I wouldn't take the risk. I don't know why anybody would take the risk.
Because they'll take it out of context. That's why.
That's what they always do.
Because people will take it out of context and say,
they'll bury you.
I think the same thing in Ohio right
now. They
now.
kicked him out of his building, man.
Yeah, I think the same thing's happening to the Ohio coach right now.
What did he do? I haven't heard that.
Well, he didn't do anything. His assistant football coach was the one that abused his wife, right? Physically abused his wife.
And he knew about it?
And now Urban Meyer, well, he reported it up the right chain of command. The cops investigated it and never arrested the husband, never filed charges. Nothing was happening.
I know nothing about this.
And now he is probably going to lose his job and his career because of it.
Because he didn't fire the guy?
Well, he didn't report it properly, or that supposedly he knew more than what he let on. But he wasn't even told directly from his assistant coach. The assistant coach's wife talked to Urban's wife, who then may have told the coach that...
I'll tell you who's a powerful person. Les Moonez, what is his name? I got to say something. This guy with all the... Somehow no one's talking about it now. No one on the...
Oh, they're not doing anything.
No one on The View. His wife is the fucking one on The View.
They're not doing anything to him.
Nobody. They buried everybody else. This guy is so powerful in Hollywood. He shut it down. He's the head of
CEO of
CBS. Oh. He is more powerful than anybody else in the Me Too movement. So
30 K-How.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We're going to try to solve your problems, answer your questions, and take your complaints. Now, when you call, you tell us what happened, and we'll try to help you. We have so many cases in the works right now. You heard earlier in the show, if you were listening, where we recovered money for a woman with stolen luggage, got her expense money, and also her bag back and all that kind of stuff. We go to war and fight for you. And here's the deal. We may not even agree that necessarily you deserve as much as you think, but we'll fight for you if there's a principle there. Sometimes we end up investigating and finding out there is no problem. But you know what? Everyone gets smarter as a result. One of the things I can't stress enough is picking good people in the beginning. And when it comes to buying and selling real estate, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. It's that easy. You will never go wrong with Frank on either end of the transaction. Now, he can serve as a buying broker for you. He can serve as a selling broker where he lists your home. They clean it, they set it, they stage it, they do videos, they do proactive marketing, and he never asks you to stick to a long-term contract if you don't want to. He just asks for one day. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. All right, let's keep going here. And what about the promo code Martino? It'll get you 3 areas clean for $115 from ZeroResDenver.com. Go on that site, ZeroResDenver.com. And if you have any questions for anything to do with carpet cleaning, give us a call. We're digging through our email now to find a few. So let's talk to Karen. Karen said that in Colorado Springs area, in the Broadmoor area, there is an attraction called Seven Falls. Broadmoor took it over, and she said during part of the year, how long of a period did this diversion of traffic go on? How long was it?
Well, it started, like I say, during the Senior Open. They diverted the traffic.
For how long? A month, 2 months, 3 months? How long?
This is now going on about a month and a half.
How long will it go on? Do you know?
For the foreseeable future. They have no intention of changing these shuttles that are going up and down the street.
And what are these shuttles?
All day long.
What are the shuttles doing? They're taking people from where to where?
They're taking tourists. They were staging them out of behind the hotel in their own footprint. And people would park up there and take the shuttle, and it was routed up Broadmoor.
Now, Karen, where are the people? Karen, where are the people parking to get the shuttle?
They're staging it out of the Norris Penrose Equestrian Center, which is a charity in its entirety, in perpetuity, for the purposes of charity. They've staged it over there. There's
Karen,
200.
We need to understand this. We just need to understand it. So what I'm hearing you is this. They used to park over at the hotel and take a shuttle to the attraction. Now they're parking over at this equestrian center and taking a different route, and that route is
about 4 miles away.
I understand. And that route is now going through some residential neighborhoods.
A very tight residential neighborhood, and they just did a 2-year street study for the expansion of future expansion of Colorado Springs for the next 10 years. And our street and the street down from Cheyenne Road and Cheyenne Boulevard are both named streets that are the typology that you cannot run this kind of traffic on, because we have 100+ residents that directly back out into traffic, into pedestrian. We're a big
I understand.
street.
Karen, so we understand.
For Olympic athletes to train.
Karen, so
yes.
The neighborhoods where the traffic is, I understand. It's not appropriate, and it used to go to and from the hotel. I understand that.
Yes.
So when they did this, did they have to get any approval, or are they not? It sounds to me, even though it's not appropriate from a resident's point of view, it sounds to me that they're doing it under existing law. They didn't need any special permission, did they?
Well, they didn't get any.
I know. I'm asking.
They just did it. So
Karen, if you can just distinguish for a minute between what I'm asking and your personal feelings. I'm simply asking, are they breaking any laws? I'm simply not if you like it, not if they should be breaking a law. Are they breaking any laws? Let's start there.
I don't know.
Okay. They could be, and that would be the easiest route to fix if they were. We don't know that. So in other words, what noise, what hours do they run these shuttles?
Well, the shuttles usually start around 9 o'clock.
And how long?
Where they start bringing them.
When do they stop?
Well, the other night they were coming by my house at 9:30 at night.
Okay, so we can look into that. What I want to know is how many shuttles a day?
Well, we did a traffic study, and although it doesn't selectively take out, the shuttle buses.
Yeah, but do you have any idea, just roughly, how many shuttle buses do you count in a given day? In
an hour, there were 13 going up. What?
13. 13.
13. They switched the ones coming back.
Now, are these narrow? Are these narrow residential streets?
Yes, sir.
And there were 13 in an hour. Are there 13 every? Karen, are there 13 every hour?
On their busy days, there can be 13 and more, and then they bring in the red line buses and the gray line buses and unmarked transit buses. Over 4th of July, they were back and forth in front of my house. It was every 2 minutes, going up and coming back. Now they've rerouted some back down through Broadmoor and down Mesa.
So basically, you're telling me from my math, 12 hours a day, you could see as many as 200 buses.
300 and some.
Are you... Mark, this is a little extraordinary. Wait a minute. Are there any other residents up in arms over this?
Yes, we had a small protest. What you have to understand is this is a funky, fun sort of a neighborhood. We are not given to calling for street repairs. This is a live and let live neighborhood.
Right.
We do not complain.
Right. You're not activist. You're kind of more hippie,
Well, it is like that.
Yeah.
Was there neighborhoods before that these buses went through? I realized they used to park behind.
They used to go to the hotel, and that's a big broad. If you look at where the Broadmoor is, it's a big thoroughfare. So there weren't little nests.
It's a regular transit route
it's a big, Mark, if you could picture it, going to the Broadmoor is a big wide road, and then it goes to the Broadmoor, and they go out to the main place. Now they're routing them through neighborhoods, which seems totally weird. And they're going to say the reason they're doing that, I know why, because it's interfering with hotel traffic. But so what? I mean, you're talking about a residential neighborhood. I don't know.
Could I tell you about, I didn't pull this off, but one of our neighbors pulled a comment, and it won't take me long to tell you it's on point. Jeff Martinez His comment was, ugh, confusing. I thought you got the shuttle at the Broadmoor. Then the Broadmoor Seven Falls response. Hello, Jeff. We recently changed our parking location in order to accommodate more visitors as well as a courtesy to our Broadmoor neighbors.
Yes, because there are big, giant mansions around the Broadmoor.
That was my point. Did the traffic used to go and bother other people?
Well, when you say bother, that's a matter of degree, because those big mansions are along that big, giant, wide road going to the Broadmoor. So they probably did not mind hotel traffic or a few hotel shuttles to and from the airport. But, Mark, if we're talking about 300 buses in a day, oh, my God. I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, 300 buses going through a residential street, a narrow street, in one day. So they wanted to be courteous to their Broadmoor neighbors, the big mansions, but what are they saying to the guy with a $100,000 and $200,000 house, or 300 or 4? I don't know. God, this is crazy. John, what do you have to say about this?
I live in the same area, and she is not exaggerating one bit.
300 freaking buses a day?
If you go over where Norris Penrose Stadium is on 8th Street and you watch them, there'll be a bus leaving every 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, so listen, have you guys done anything about this?
Well, you got to understand the Broadmoor owns Colorado Springs.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Listen, it is a good asset. It is a great thing to have. It's a
that's a matter of opinion, but yes.
Well,
it
okay,
is, yeah.
It's a destination resort. I don't know if it brings money. It brings money to the community. I have to imagine it does. I don't think the people they don't necessarily stay cloistered at the Broadmoor, although it is pretty much all inclusive. So here's the deal, John. For them to write something saying we're rerouting traffic because we don't want to inconvenience our people here, well, God, that's like an admission that it's an inconvenience. So they're saying,
well, and it is a nightmare. My mother lives there. My 2 brothers live on that street, and one of my brothers cannot back out of his driveway sometimes because the bus is backed up that far.
I wonder what would happen if they simply block traffic a little bit.
Can you guys get me some video, any video at all, to demonstrate this? And then we will look into it. And has any of the TV stations down there picked this up on a story with pissed off neighbors?
No, they won't, because of the Broadmoor. Like I say, the Broadmoor pretty much owns everybody down here. It's amazing.
No.
Yeah.
We need to look into that, Mark.
I mean, I just wonder if, like, a bunch of kids were always out bicycling in the street and there happened to be a block party every day at noon. I mean, what happens if they simply can't get through?
That one?
Well, not my kids, maybe theirs.
Mountain lions, deer.
Listen,
lots of that too.
All right, hold on. I don't know what to do. I mean, at this point, we got to document it and talk. I mean, has anyone been to city council?
There should be traffic rules, though.
Wait.
There's been some neighborhood get-togethers and people talking. It's been going nowhere, actually. You know?
So listen, you're not asking. Obviously,
they drop it.
Obviously, when there's a big attraction like Seven Falls, there's no way you're going to stop an attraction. It's an attraction. It's legal. I guess what we need to know is, I mean, they have to have a plan. I mean, nobody in the world would have ever approved an attraction if there were 300 buses going through a neighborhood.
Yeah, well, see, the attraction was owned by a private family for a long, long, long time, and then the Broadmoor just bought them out.
I understand, but when they were privately owned by a family, what did the family do for traffic?
Oh, they had parking all up through there. They took all that away so that the Broadmoor could make money bringing them in.
Well,
yeah.
Well, that makes sense, because then you got to park over at the Broadmoor, so you do other things as well.
No, you don't. They're not parking at the Broadmoor, though, now, John. Where are they parking?
They're parking at the Penrose horse stadium, which is on 8th Street.
And who are they paying? Who are they paying for that parking, or does Broadmoor own that?
You can't get any answers. Maybe you guys can.
All right. Do me a favor, Daff, would you get his name and number along with Karen's? And if anyone else knows about it, we have to do this in the first 2 hours of the show for it to make sense, because that's when Colorado Springs affiliations are on. But we also have, of course, our own signal going into that place. So let's revisit this tomorrow. Daff, would you make a note of that and bring these two people up tomorrow during the first 2 hours? 303-713-8255. Wink and Wink are bankruptcy attorneys. I hope you don't need them. The good news is filings are down. The bad news is medical stuff and a lot of other reasons are causing bigger and badder bankruptcies, although the filings are down. If you need a fresh start, a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7, give them a call, 303-410-1720, winkandwink.com.
This report is brought to you by Westera Credit Union. There's a few
A day.
Well, you know, traffic certainly shot up now that the Broadmoor is pushing it, marketing it, and putting their resources behind it.
Oh, for sure. That is, and that guy backed her up.
The rest of the drive across is that the most annoying voice I've ever heard? That lady?
You know what's weird is when they were trying to put those condos in Franktown, one of the reasons the neighborhood or the town beat the developer was traffic, because he would have to do these traffic studies. In other words, his infrastructure, what he would have to do, all of a sudden didn't make sense for him to build condos there.
Colorado. So bank like a local. Switch to Westera Credit Union and get a.
But
they just did it.
But if they had people on the city council,
I've heard that from people at KRDO though. That literally that same thing. They kind of own that town.
Yeah, they do.
When it comes to advertisers like the news and stuff, they advertise so heavily with everybody down there.
Got some major events that come through there and utilize their facilities. And I would imagine they drive a lot of business into the local community.
I think it's the main
because most
thing
people,
there.
I like your idea.
Well, no, that's not true. The main thing would be Pikes Peak, followed by that.
Yeah, people aren't going to stay. A lot of people don't stay at the Broadmoor and eat at the restaurants and stuff because it's just stupid expensive.
No, but they might go to brunch there sometimes.
Yeah.
I like your idea of the Saturday protest in the street. Just start blocking the street.
Yeah, I'd be curious, but then they call the cops and get arrested.
okay, exactly.
Just the police show up, scatter.
And then the news never comes out.
Get them there ahead of time.
So can you see how many people are LinkedIn live at any given time? Have analytics for that?
Yeah, but on the one,
But the thing that
on
really,
Facebook.
yeah, but the thing that really works right now, replays.
Yeah.
It's not the live, it's the
When they get home.
people.
Well, live's pretty good.
On
This is
yeah.
pretty typical. 20 people at any given second.
But the real deal is like it sits there and goes on and on and on with YouTube and Facebook.
And
You got family members that watch it every night.
All said and done, each day gets about 1,000. All said and done.
Well, I want to do this demo so they can see it.
Are you one of them? Are you worried about
You mentioned something about doing it on lives again.
textbooks and teachers? Maybe you got
Oh,
a bill
Pitbulls.
from the IRS, or if you're being
In
audited.
Denver, absolute ban, second time, dog's gone.
You should be concentrating on
Oh,
your
what's their
kids.
second
Don't
offense?
split your focus.
What are we talking about?
Pit bulls, absolute ban, second offense, dog is gone.
That's what it is.
Licensed team of experts on my referral
Yeah,
list
she had a second offense.
Ron and
She
Jack
said she
Larson,
did.
who I
Yeah,
know
she said she
and
did.
their team of experts
First one was a
working
stealing, and she got the dog's back. Second time she only got the. That's what it is.
She had to get it back with a promise that she wouldn't move it back into
Absolutely,
Denver.
you're exactly right, Clint.
So she was caught with the
So I wonder if they put the dog down.
No, they
Little dog.
well, they have a rescue, pit bull rescue throughout the U.S. for the dogs coming out of Denver.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they rescue any of them or not, but they have a rescue.
Sounds like
Especially an old one.
sounds like they
The 2 dog attacks I have.
One other piece of that is the only road up there.
Yeah.
You know what? People say, well, Tiger's saying all this stuff, but why are they so always in? If there's a mauling, almost exclusively it's going to get this.
Well, and that was what it was headed toward. Both times I had my little dog with me, and they were after the little dog.
Okay. What about that where they hit those lawyers?
Apparently David Hall goes to the National Rifle Association to
The lawyers
stage
owned the
some
pit
sort
bull,
of protest.
killed this
The
one
best part,
jogger,
his arms
female
secured.
jogger.
Doing it
Oh, yeah.
for before Reverend Talk
They're
Radio.
using
And they had like, oh, it was her fault.
My sister's a real big dog lover, and even she admits there's something wrong with them.
Hi, Tom.
Martino here, 303-713-TALK. ApprovalReverse.com. Just remember that. If you know anyone looking at a reverse mortgage, that is basically the only company we trust to give you the true scoop on this. Now, that doesn't mean they're the only company doing reverse mortgages and even doing them well. It's the consultation before the reverse mortgage that you really need, because all the reverse mortgages are basically the same. They can serve your needs by letting you live off the equity and never paying it back until you leave the house or you die and your estate pays it off. It'll never be negative against the estate ever, or against you. No deficiencies. But if you want it, it's a great tool for some, not for others, and that's where Approval Reverse comes in, giving you that low-down skinny without pushing you. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528, 771-3528. So, Lynn says a fencing contractor took money and never came back. Lynn, talk to us.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, what's going on?
Hi. On May 19th, we had Simple Living Services, a fencing company, come over and give us a bid.
How'd you find him?
His mom and dad live around the corner.
Okay.
And he did a fence for his mom and dad.
All right.
He did a very nice job.
Okay. Now, Mark, we're really short on fencing contractors, aren't we?
Man, they are so hard because most of the people that we have that do fences also do everything else.
Right, like Genesis and the other guys. Okay, so keep going. Then what happened?
So I called him, and we had him come over on the 19th of May.
And he gave you a price. What was the price?
$1,200.
And he wanted 50% down.
Yes.
Now, how did that feel to you? Did you figure because he lives around the corner, it's okay?
Yes, and we thought, okay, that covered the expense of the supplies.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
right.
So you did it, and he's never been back, not once.
No. He signed the back of the bid saying he received the 50% and dated it. And he said he would come down in a couple of weeks.
Well, if he never came at all, not once, not to dig a hole, nothing, then he's breaking the law. It's different than just a civil matter. And we have someone who knows how to apply pressure under those scenarios to make the guy feel like he's going to jail. Listen, we probably don't get that much enforcement until we get involved, and then authorities tend to look at it. What's your jurisdiction? Where are you?
We live in Elbert County.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
Okay, Elbert County. The good news. Wait, no. Does Elbert use? It's a. No. It's Elbert is grouped with another county. With isn't it, or do they have their own DA? Now I know Arapahoe. Hold on, it might be Douglas Arapahoe. And if that's the case, then we have someone really good. George Brockler's office. It's Douglas, Arapahoe, and Elbert, I believe, make up the DA's office. So if that's the case, their office, we have a good relationship with that office to apply pressure in Elbert County. So. We're going to have to play hardball with a guy. Are you ready to do that? The people, he lives around the corner now. Does he live at home with his parents or alone?
Well, he does not. He did, but he's moved out since. But his business address is his parents' house.
How old is he?
He's 26.
Did you talk to his? I know this sounds crazy.
We did.
What did
we
his
didn't
parents?
want to get the parents involved.
But did you but you say something like, "Hey, do you know where he is?" What did they say?
Well, we did tell him what was going on and that we couldn't get him to respond to us and that we were.
How did they? What did they say? What was their?
They said we'll try to kick, some.
They're pretty decent people, basically.
Yes. And they tried to get him to work it out with us.
Well, listen, then, do you have a cell phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on. We're going to get somebody to work on this for you.
Alrighty,
We're going to start by scaring the hell out of them. I think that might work. Lynn, when we call and then we tell them what we're going to do, and we really do it, it'll do something.
That's the Contractors Trust Act.
For sure. I mean, that, it's bad. It's getting bad out there, folks. Just think twice about giving money, or call us for advice. Call us before you pay the money. Kathleen, what's happening?
Tom, March of 2017, I signed a contract with Massage Envy Boulder for a year's worth once a month. And in March of 2018...
Now, how much is it once a month?
It was when I started $50.
What do you mean started?
Well, at March of 2017, my first massage was $50.
Yeah, but did you have a price you pay every month?
Correct.
How much?
Whether you go or not.
That's what I mean. How much?
$50.
Oh, okay.
Until this past April of 2018, and they said we're up to $55.
Okay, but then you have the option of canceling too, right?
Well, I tried.
Well,
to,
they can't keep you in a contract perpetually. It has to have an out. I mean, that's one. They can't have a perpetual contract. So when you signed it, what year did you sign it?
I signed it 2017.
Okay, so
March.
So then how did it renew this year in 2018 in March? How did it renew?
Then in April they said you have to go one more time, and it was $55.
And okay, they can't do that. They can't unless the contract allows them to.
Well, I haven't. I have the contract.
Well,
that's
that's what we need. Otherwise, now I'm not saying we won't. We can't help you. We would love to, but we can't unless we see that contract. We can have one of our people look at it, and then if you're in the right, you're in the right. If not, you're not. They can't keep you on that contract unless you might have agreed to automatically renewing it.
See, and I don't recall that.
Would you please dig it out, though, and then let us, and then shoot us a copy. It's easy by email. Even if you can take a nice quality photograph with your phone, square it up and take a photograph of the front and back or any pages. So, Daff, would you let her know how to get that to us, Kathleen, and we can get her back on? Kathleen, these contracts usually have a way to get out of them for sure. I mean, geez. I don't think they even allow perpetual contracts. I can't cite anything now, but I seem to remember there has to be some kind of an end date. Lynn, what's going on? Oh, Lynn's the one.
Timeshare.
Well, timeshare contracts, let's see what they're not perpetual in that you buy it. So when you buy something, you own it forever.
They're perpetual in your fees you pay each year.
Yeah, but that's because you own. It's not because of maintenance, because the maintenance contracts are not perpetual.
That's what I mean is the maintenance.
The ownership is. So technically, it kind of makes it. But really, if you look at the way they get around it, is it's tied to ownership. So if you have to pay HOA fees, for example, for as long as you own your home, well, they're not perpetual. They're as long as you own your home. The problem is
you can't exit a timeshare.
You can't sell them.
So it is perpetual.
Well, if you can't sell something, it could be construed that way. In fact, I think, Mark, that's one of the legal ways.
I do too.
I think that's one of the strategies.
And these timeshare companies don't want to actually go to court because then they'll set a precedent how to get out.
So these law firms, we have one on the referral list, the Finn
Group.
Law Group, and FYNN, I believe. No, it's FINN. Oh, I'm sorry, FINN. And if you look that up, he's legit, okay? But it costs you because he does a legal action, and when he threatens them, almost always they write a settlement. So you pay a fee to him, and then the settlement, whatever it is you pay, and then it's signed back over to them, and it's done the real way, not the fake way. There are fake ways to get out of them, too. Shane, we have a quick question about zero res. How long does it take to dry if they have it done? They want to know how long it takes to dry. Is there
it's going to vary, right, depending on if you're doing it winter versus summertime or raining. But average,
give us average in the summer.
It should be about 8 to 10 hours, actually, on the high side.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
And then in the winter?
It's going to take a little bit longer, 12 to 14,
now,
depending on the humidity or moisture in the air.
Do you put blowers?
We do. So when we come in, that's the great thing also about Zero Res, Tom, is the tool that we're cleaning with. It's based off of the Venturi effect or Venturi principle.
Yeah.
And so we control that fluid at all times, so it's not getting to the backing or the pad. And so we leave, we remove about 96, 97% of all the fluid that we put in the carpet.
And then we
pull back out.
And you leave a blower.
That's right. We're going to, as we're cleaning like upstairs, we're going to groom it so it stands up.
Yes.
And then we're going to lay down an air mover to help dry that out faster. So by the time we're done, it's dry upstairs.
Oh, okay. So then you don't leave a mover, though, and then leave.
No. No, unless they request it, and there's, you know, if someone has a wedding or an event going on, and say, hey, listen, can you leave that?
Now,
we will.
Well, okay, we have more questions, but I'll get to them. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. You can get right through right now. We have open lines.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Just talk about it here. It's not.
If the technician does it absolutely perfect, we can have that car dry in about 2 hours. But we just never.
He doesn't have lines.
You try to make that claim and you're going to get blasted.
Absolutely.
Trying to make a claim that we can have it dry in 2 hours. But a lot of times, we can.
Today, tech companies and banks
Stand them up.
and shares of Tesla stock are popping after the trading. This after a tweet from CEO Elon Musk's Twitter account that said that he's considering taking the company private at $420 a share, funding secured.
My hope is all current investors remain with Tesla, even if we're private.
What's the big
We
blow up
create
with
a
them right
special
now?
purpose fund enabling everyone to stay with Tesla.
The facility produces steam
Already do this with Fidelity's SpaceX.
That's how he's got the funding, is with the current stockholders of it, is what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
So what's the big dust up with Tesla right now? Why is he
Finding great candidates.
obviously the stock keeps rising?
Trying to find a
Well,
needle in a
it's
haystack,
because
but not with ZipRecruiter.
During
The
that
smartest way
thing,
to
he
hire.
promised that they would
ZipRecruiter
be from this
doesn't have
quarter,
enough candidates finding
from
you.
third quarter
Its
forward,
powerful
they'd be,
technology actively
they've
invites
never been
qualified candidates to apply to your job.
And they're not
while other
hitting
companies
third
might
quarter.
deliver a lot of hay.
Well, we don't know where
Yeah,
started.
I'm just going to take my lumps.
ZipRecruiter now for free.
I don't have, I just don't have, I don't even want to think about it anymore. How's that? I don't want to think about Tesla anymore. I'm going to take my lumps. What about Arlo? Arlo, I'll hold for a long time.
How long do you
Arlo's a
have
long
to
time.
fulfill the order?
Forever.
Oh. And it's no interest, nothing, right? You just borrowed them and there's nothing against it. So really, if you short and don't need the money right away, you can get out of it because the stocks inevitably go down a bit, right?
No, they don't. They inevitably go up over a long period of time.
Unless, of course, we all thought he was going to turn out to be a bust and be out of business, right?
Not be out of business.
Now, if it was out of business, then that's a different story.
I've gotten my
You can't
lunch
really
eaten
order.
twice on shorting. I've always said if you look at a good company, the stock always goes up. I'm fucking
How many
done.
times have you done the short? But you can't even short it now.
Twice.
You'd have to put a limit in because it quit trading.
No, I can't short it today.
Not
What
short
quit
it, you
trading?
can't buy
You
it.
did.
Stop trading.
Why did it quit trading?
Because it went up so much today.
Because he's continuing these tweets.
Have you ever wanted to refinance?
So wait a minute, the stock exchange can go in and
Oh yeah,
stop.
you can have too much of a thing on a stock.
If it drops too much, too, they stop.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
That's it. You got to have those kind of
It's a
things.
timeout. It's a timeout.
You got to have those
Who
sets.
votes on that?
Well, the computer on the NASDAQ does most of it. If something drops, whatever percentage, it just stops. I mean,
So
literally.
if you're on a rally, they can turn the motherfucker off.
No, dropping.
This he said going up. It was going up.
You're right. Rally too. So I think.
Hey, she called in.
Who?
So find owner. Kathleen's on the line.
Holy shit, this is great.
Which one's so fun?
Yeah.
Wedding dress.
She's on the line. You got to take that one.
Back on.
Let's come on early.
So get started now. 303-695-7000.
Tesla.
But you know
Good pick, Dan.
No, you told me the N word was going to be used.
Yeah, right.
He's got a recording of it. He shared it with me.
Yeah, right. Unbelievable.
You know
The second time I've had a guy named Dan okey doke me on his short. Second time. Foot Locker Dan Gutchis, Tesla Dan Miller.
You were the one who
Fuck
told
Dan.
me. From now on, I will not use the word Dan.
I remember Mark telling me not to buy Apple stock years ago.
What?
Right before it crashed, and Microsoft had to
Yeah,
buy
you
it.
know what they're worth right now?
No, it was when they were so low and
$1 trillion.
bad, you said they were going to be out of business.
$1
What?
trillion.
And they would have been out of
First company ever.
business if Gates didn't give them fucking money.
Okay, first of all, you're assuming.
I know that's
You're
true.
assuming that.
No, I guarantee
You're
it's
assuming
true.
You're assuming Jobs would have never come up with another plan. You're also assuming that
They were out of business, Tom. They were out.
Was that when he was on the board, or
you have the facts wrong on that?
They're out of business. They are out of
They were
business.
not out of business.
I disagree. I agree with Tom.
They were not out of business.
They're out
Not
of
even,
business.
not even fucking
I got them both back.
good.
Okay, move back.
Hi, Tom Martino. Listen, we always give business owners
the benefit of speaking and having uninterrupted time. Annette called and said she bought a wedding dress for $1,400 for her daughter, and then took it to a seamstress. So fine, and really, it's denverseamstress.com is the website. Great website name, and it was not ready for the wedding. That's amazing to me that happened. And she basically, the wedding dress is useless to her now. And she, Annette, did you pay? You gave $600 in lessons. You said to her about viola lessons, but you paid $1,400 for the dress. The dress you say is useless. We do have her on the line, ready to speak, and I want to give her a chance to talk. This is This is Kathleen Lapata. Kathleen, thank you very much. Basically, you heard the issue. I mean, it's very simple. The dress wasn't ready.
Right, but it isn't that simple. I don't want to take up a whole lot of your time, but there's a little bit of a backstory.
Go ahead. You deserve it. Go ahead.
In the beginning, I've been taking viola lessons from Annette for a year and a half or 2 years, and I've been paying for those lessons. And like every month. So we were friends, and we spoke a lot, and she was really concerned about her daughter's wedding dress that she had bought 2 years ago. And I think it was a size 8 or a size 10, and her daughter really wanted to wear this dress, but she didn't think that she was going to fit in it because she gained a little weight. And I said, well, bring it in and I'll take a look at it. Usually the manufacturer leaves enough in the seams that we can let it out some, usually quite a bit. And even if not, I've laid out a lot of wedding gowns and made them look like they weren't let out, like, this is the way they came. And so we'll figure something out. So she brings the dress in, I see it, and it's doable. We could let it out 2 or 3 sizes. So she's telling me, well, Melody gained a little bit of weight, and I said, well, I need to meet her. So I met her in May, and she was she had gained a lot of weight, and she was probably a size 18.
Now, Kathleen, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Just wait. Kathleen, 1 second, though. So she gained weight even after you saw her the first time?
No.
Oh.
Well, she did after I saw her the first time, but the first time I saw her, in order for her to try on the dress to see how much I needed to let it out, that was the first time I met her.
And she was heavy, and then you decided, though, you could do it, right?
Yeah, because I'd done similar things,
and
so we talked about it, and we decided to make it 2 pieces, a blouse and a skirt.
Okay.
And I said, well, I think a wide waistband would look really good. I've seen it before, and it slims you and gives you a waist and yada yada. And we can do this with the top, and so everything was fine. I made the additions that I needed to make. Now, the dress originally had embroidery on the top of the bodice, and I had to take that off because I had to make things bigger.
Sure.
So I took that off, and I put what's called gussets in under the arms and in the back, and made the arm or the sleeve bigger.
Now listen, no one's disputing what you did, but the dress was not ready. Can you get to the part where toward the end, how did it fall apart?
Okay, so I had been working on it. I had told Annette that it would be ready at the 28th, which was a week before the wedding.
Okay.
And so I'd been working on it every day for like 2 weeks, and she wanted a daily update, and I didn't feel that an update would do her any good because she was getting really, really nervous, and I wasn't going to be able to tell her the things she wanted to hear, like step by step. Well, I reached
okay, so but that
far from it, so I didn't really
understand.
tell her anything. I just kept working on the dress.
Okay, but what happened? Then what happened? I mean, regardless of her wanting updates and stuff, that didn't affect you physically working on the dress. What happened?
What happened was the night of the 28th, I was finally able to send her a picture, and I said, it will be ready tomorrow morning, which is the 29th, and I will bring it to you. And I asked her about a change that was possible for the front of the bodice, and I got an answer from her, and she said that she had Melody buy a dress the week before. She was in love with it, and it fit. She didn't need any alterations, and that was
wait a minute.
She was wear.
Wait a minute. So she told you, forget about it. I got a dress.
She said she had a dress, and that Melody loved it, and it fit, and she didn't need any alterations on it, and that was the dress she was going to wear.
So you decided, well, then there's no reason for me to rush on this now, right?
Well, no, I didn't, because I had made a commitment, and I wanted to finish it. I thought, you know, in the event that somebody changes their mind, like if Melody said, well, Mom, I really want to see the dress, and I really would like to make my own decision, you know, I wanted it to be ready for her. So I kept working on it, and it was ready to go on the morning of the 29th, but I did not take it to her because I didn't hear from her.
Right. So then what? And then Annette, you call us and say it was never done, Annette.
Yeah, but Annette said it was in pieces when she went over there.
Well, I had gone over on Wednesday to pick up the wedding bell that had been misplaced. When I went over there...
What date was that? I don't care about a Wednesday. What date?
It would have been the 25th.
Okay, but that's 4 days. She said it was, let's just get to this part, because I don't care about the in-between. She said it was ready, but what about the part where your daughter said, I found another dress, don't worry about it?
After, Tom, we had been having one broken promise after another on, you know, the dress she had promised would be ready on July 14th for my daughter's bridals. We went, it was in pieces. Several times I talked to her. The dress was still in pieces. On the 24th, the dress was, she sent me a picture of the bodice pinned together.
Okay, so, and thank you. Okay, Annette, hold on. So, Kathleen, I guess what they're saying is they lost faith for some reason and then bought another dress. But you did kind of release her, though, Annette, when you said that. Because she kept working on it and had it done.
She had guaranteed me that I could pick the dress up on the 28th.
Well, why don't you get the dress now?
I have no need for the dress.
Yeah, I know, but it's done and it's yours. You bought a second one.
Right, but I do not need a dress with terrible memories attached to it.
I'm not asking that you keep it, but you can sell it on eBay or something, at least get some value.
Have you looked at the pictures that I sent you of the work she had done on the dress? There is nobody in their right mind. It looks like a 12-year-old child. She had put a separating jacket zipper in it. Very sloppily.
Okay, I guess what. Okay, I'm going to ask Kathleen. Do you have photos of the dress? Is it done right now?
It is done right now, but I don't have photos of it.
Okay, it's done. It's complete. It's worth something. Now, what did you charge? Oh, you did the lessons. Do you feel you owe them anything?
Well, I can't remember what it is, but I think I owe them $125 for an airplane ticket for Melody to come and so I could have a fitting with her.
We're going to look at the pictures during the break and come right back with more.
This report is brought to you by Jordan Law.
Right now, it's a fairly decent drive across town. No major problem.
That hail was from a storm afterwards. They said they went out there. They said they went out there on two
story always changes.
On two separate occasions, they said.
They went out there?
They went out there to her house, Mai's house, on 2 separate occasions, got a ladder, and there was no hail on the vehicle. Why would they go out and check for hail on the vehicle?
Unless they would have said that. She told me, they didn't see the hail until they were going to go get that clear coat on it. And the husband said, oh, wow, I looked at it, now there's hail. There's hail. I see hail.
He's saying they went out there.
I don't know why they would go out. I have no idea.
In the bright sun, on a solar car like that, you really almost can't see it. We had some clouds when Mark and I went out there, and so it's much easier to see. And indoors, where you have a straight line, like the line of a garage door opening for fluorescent tubes, they're really easy.
Where would you see it, on the hood? Because that's, to me, is the easiest place to see hail on the hood, because you're looking at it right from the driver's seat.
On the hood. They were on the sides and the top, and on the top.
The sides and the top is a hard metal. You don't get that.
It was done.
There's something wrong, because that takes a lot to do it, to get hail on
where
that.
it curves around the top.
Right, that's hard metal, and they cannot use paintless dent on that.
They probably can't get to it.
No, they can't. It's too hard.
Well, yeah, because you're right, and you know why? That surround around there is kind of a roll cage that goes around the doors. It's made out of HSS type steel, straight steel.
But what I'm saying is they won't do it just because I know.
They may not be able to, you're right.
But on the top, they can.
I do not understand. Listen to what this says. I met with the GSM from our Toyota store today and discussed this customer. My inner vehicle. He remembered her very well. In fact, he indicated they had people go out to her home at least 2 separate occasions, get on a ladder, and note there was no hail.
Why? I don't know why.
Tom, listen to this reply from AutoNation over me, okay? I met with our GSM from Toyota store today and discussed the customer. He remembers her very well. In fact, he indicated that he had people go to her home at least on 2 separate occasions, get on a ladder, and note there was no hail.
Why? Why did they do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's the craziest shit I ever heard.
That makes no sense. Why would they do that?
Kill that mic for a minute. I got to say one more thing, but
emotion plays a role whether or not you realize it. So make 2018 the year that you kick fear out of your portfolio. Make an appointment with a Financial Engines advisor today and get a solid, logical financial plan for your future. One that helps take some of the fear out of the equation. Because self-help is for gurus, not your financial security and retirement. Get to financialengines.com today.
Hi, I'm Chad Earns with Financial Engines here in the Denver area. I'm ready to work with you to help make your financial goals a reality. Go to financialengines.com or call 866-648-2323 today.
Win your way to our 2018 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Justin Timberlake, Fleetwood Mac, Mariah Carey, and so many more.
2 nights on one stage.
Hosted by Ryan Seacrest. September 21st and 22nd at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Brought to you by the face care experts at Biore Skincare. Acne's out of here this school year with Biore Charcoal Acne Clearing Cleanser. Clearer skin in just 2 days. Biore, free your pores.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
So Facebook banned a Republican ad with pictures of the Cambodian genocide, but allows their platform to be used for a genocide in Burma today. We'll talk about it Wednesday morning at 6:34 here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So, I saw pictures of this wedding dress. That the bottom line is, you know, Annette says that it was a childish job, terrible job. They lost faith. They bought another dress. This dress, you know, it was a little different than she first told us. She first told us that she traded some viola lessons for the seamstress, okay? I don't care about that part. The fact is she gave her a $1,400 dress. This woman let it out to fit size 18, and I looked at the size 18 dresses online, and that's a big woman. It's not terrible. I mean, but she did it.
Forget about that size.
Hold on, but really quickly, then the bottom line is this. Did she ruin the dress or not? Because really, they authorized her to let out the dress. It wasn't done on time. but they also told her we found another dress. They say it's because they lost faith in her, but she hadn't yet breached the contract. So, Annette, that's tough that you bought a second dress. I thought you bought a second dress when you absolutely knew it wasn't going to be done, and then she had it done on the 29th. Now you're saying it has no value to you because it's like a 6-year-old child did it, and I'm looking at this. I'm not a professional seamstress, but I'm looking at your photos, and I see some minor problems. I do. I see some minor problems.
Can you go from a size 6 dress to an 18, though? Is that even
how would
feasible?
I don't even know that. But, Kathleen, was it originally a size 6?
No. It was an 8 or a 10.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. Now, the thing is, your seamstress work, are you proud of it? If we take that dress to someone, they'll say this is a lovely job?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't get the zipper. It should be an invisible zipper.
Daph knows enough about this. Daph, when you see she's not showing us anything but the imperfections to begin with. So what do you see, Daph?
Well,
I mean, the seams. She's calling them large pucker bodice seam over the bust.
There is a pucker, and
yeah,
I can see that.
Unattached lace.
The unattached lace, but the one where it's the seam is attached to the underpart. I can't find the picture.
All right, well, then what about the zipper?
The zipper was that the original zipper, Kathleen?
No, and the only reason I put that zipper in was so that I could put it on wide and get the fitting. The bride decided that she didn't want a zipper and that she wanted buttons and loops. So we don't have a zipper.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that was temporary. So, I guess it comes down to this. Is the dress, did you ruin the dress? I mean, that's what it comes down to. Mark,
Well, in the fact it wasn't ready for the wedding day.
Mark, it was ready. That's the point.
It was ready.
She
said by the 28th, she could
so
pick
it's
it up
done right now. Everything's ready to go.
Now, I'm taking her at her word. She says it was ready, but Annette also has a good point. She didn't trust it because it was carrying on so long, but then because you already did miss some deadlines, right, Kathleen?
I missed I didn't really miss the deadline for the I can't remember the name of the dress, the first dress.
I'm just curious.
Dress or something, and I had started on it, and then Annette and I decided that I shouldn't work on that I should be working on the wedding dress. So that's what I did. I put it aside.
I guess I'm asking.
The wedding dress.
I guess I'm asking. I don't know. I mean, do you have good reviews?
I do.
Okay. Annette, does she have good reviews? Did you check?
I would ask anybody to go on and look at her reviews. My daughter found last night 2 other reviews very similar to our story. Let me just clarify.
Well, 2 though. 2 out of how many? Go ahead.
About 6. Several other reviews about stains on dresses, and I mean, I would say there's more negative than positive. And let me just clarify. The original dress that I bought and gave to Kathleen was a size 16. I have paperwork to verify that. The dress that my daughter wore to the wedding that I bought at the last minute, a week from the wedding day, was a size 18. And she did miss significant dates on July 14th.
Okay, we don't need to go through them. Okay, you're saying you mistrusted her. You bought another dress. This dress is no. This is made for small claims court. I don't know.
Something went wrong is where I come down on this.
Yeah,
you hire someone, you want the dress done, and they lost faith for some reason. I'd like to see the dress now.
At the end of the day, right, from a business owner's perspective, is Annette. My question to you would be, what would make it right?
Annette wants her to buy the dress.
What would make it right?
I think that Kathleen owes me for the dress that was not able to be worn. I think she owes me for the plane tickets that I had to fly my daughter out for extra fittings that she was unprepared for I think she owes me for the dress that she lost. But
Well, you're going to have to do a small claims court because Kathleen's not going to pay it. So I'm going to pick this up tomorrow, though, because I got to warn brides if this is true. We need to investigate and truly warn people about Kathleen if she's bad. I'm not going to assume Annette is not telling the truth. We will at least give the decency of giving this a really close look. So we got more on this coming up. Hi, it's Dick.
Where we can get that dress. See if we can go look at the dress somewhere.
Where's that? Wheat Ridge.
It's in Fort Collins.
No matter what you say to her,
Cody.
Annette, that dress is always going to be crap. It can
No,
be
but we would have
that.
someone
What I care
else look
about
at
is
it.
You don't
whether
get
it's
crap
worthless.
for
I
a
don't
used
care if
dress.
it's crap. I care
You don't
if
get
it's
crap for
worthless.
a used dress.
I need to know if it's worthless.
So you're
Well,
saying
well, that's
Princess
wedding
Di's
dresses,
dress.
wedding dresses that are really usable have great resale
Do
value.
they?
Oh, because they're so damn expensive.
They're so
If you
expensive.
can buy a dress that's worn once at a wedding,
No, the $1,400 she paid. What do you think she could get for it?
$1,000 easy, maybe even more. In fact,
Well, it's a size 18 though.
Yeah, but that makes it even more valuable.
that's
They're hard to
exactly
find.
right.
Oh, does it really?
Fat brides are hard to find.
Guys, the wedding business is hot. I'm telling you, it is so hard to find.
I would not want to be in that business.
That they're so expensive that if you sell it used for a good price, man, you'll sell that shit out.
Are you telling me the Target wedding dresses you don't like?
You can find the dresses